I asked you what time it would be
And it was going to be 7, and then
in
I had to put...
GMT, and you said for me it would be 12, but it is 11:30 right now, and we're 30
Oh, we
minutes
still
late for
got 30
D&D.
minutes then. Good.
No,
That's
no,
sweet.
no.
I can scroll up in the chat and like
That's
it's there.
fine. No, that's fine. I must have made a mistake when I did the conversion. Because we're currently not in daylight savings time anymore. And California is, aren't they?
What?
California
California
is a...
does daylight savings.
Yeah, but they're a weird... Yeah, they're a weird thing. Because it's like they're an hour... They're
I mean, no, but the British do it weird. The rest of Europe does it different.
No, everyone
But
everywhere does weird.
But I asked you that after your daylight savings time happened.
I know. Because you're still in daylight savings time. For another, like,
Yeah.
couple of weeks, yeah?
Mine
California...
started like a bit before yours.
Yeah, but
did.
California's the only one that does that. I checked PST. I should have checked California time. That's what the problem was. I forgot about that. As a native California, I let myself down, forgetting that California's the stupid place for that specific reason.
Wow, being hateful, calling where I live stupid.
I used to live there too, Monto. Anyways.
Florida.
What?
I am a cycle.
No. Anyways. Last time last time that you guys were here, that was 3 weeks ago, wasn't it? Jesus. So last time, 3 weeks ago, you guys managed to make it through. You kind of cleared out the last bits of Camp Righteous. You found an urn at the very end, which you discovered to be an alchemy jug that allows you to create various liquids by speaking their names and pouring them out from one of the various stoppers that is around its location. After which, you ran into several goblin from the Batiri tribe, specifically from the antlion tribe of the Batiri goblins. They assailed and harassed you, claiming that the jug was theirs. They wanted it very, very badly. A fight ensued. You were mostly victorious, although one of your members was taken hostage briefly. After that battle ended, you ran into a man. You ran into Artis Simber. Very mysterious individual who only claimed that he was looking for something in the jungles, but didn't exactly tell you what. Several of you noted his very cold demeanor as you trekked through the jungles. As you kind of made your way down the river, you spotted several other Batiri goblins. But this one from a different tribe. Now, Artis suggested that you should go and deal with them before they become a problem. And that doing so might get you some kudos with the local population, as the Batiri goblins tend to cause a lot of problems. You snuck your way over to this place, this encampment of Batiri goblins, and you noticed a very odd contraption, a large tarp spread out on the ground with a humongous tree arced over it and hanging kind of downwards over it, kind of like what looks like a gigantic catapult ready to sling the village into some far-flung place of the jungles. And that's kind of where we left off. It was night, if I remember correctly. The cool air was lovely. There was a slight breeze in the winds of the trees around you as you hear it whistling. What do you do?
That looks like a catapult.
I opened my character sheet and take inventory. Hey Eric,
Hey, dude.
are you alright?
Yeah, it just felt a bit rough.
Alright.
A number of the goblins appear to be wandering about. They kind of keeping eyes out.
Are they in the net?
There's a fair number of them kind of in the nets. There's two that are hanging around near one of the tents that you can see specifically. As it's dark, Alduus, you can't see much of anything. You can see the couple of the fires lit in the upper left and the bottom right of the map, and there's a number of small goblins kind of just over in that direction, but you can't see much. You can't see much details of the map, as it were.
Yeah.
Dean, are you there? All right. It would seem this. Why would you live on it?
Artist will interject at this point. The goblins, they're not a clever race. They do odd things occasionally. This is not too far off the course for them, if this contraption does what you think it does.
Is this built for us to be caught in it, or for them to escape using it?
I don't know. Goblins are strange creatures, but the fact that their encampment appears to mostly be on the tarp itself, I would suspect it's designed to fling their village. Perhaps as an escape mechanism.
Surely they wouldn't survive.
Well, not everything is on the tarp, as you can see.
Well, on the bright side, if our
They could be like genius engineers and have like a landing kind of cushion placed somewhere conveniently in the jungle.
I was gonna say, do I see a landing cushion anywhere nearby?
Make an intelligence check when you kind of think this. You're trying to, yeah. You're kind of thinking this thought process through.
I know what my perception bonus is, okay?
Okay.
I'm stupid.
Oh, that's okay. That's a 6.
6. Mark, you kind of look at this contraption, you look over the various mechanisms, and you kind of have this moment where you're kind of trying to work out what the rough distance of this thing. This thing would fling this contraption miles. This wouldn't be a short journey.
I don't think they survive that.
It would send them for a mile. Well, on the bright side, our goal is to get them out of here, so,
I mean, this thing looks strong enough to carry a dinosaur for nearly a mile.
Mark, do you think you can undo the ropes and trigger it if you get close enough?
We want to kill the goblin.
What?
We thought we killed the goblins.
That's preferable, I believe.
They've tried to kill us over a jar.
Are they just as... No, but these aren't the same ones. Look, look. My mask is different from theirs.
There's a different tribe. This is the ant tribe. You fought the ant lion tribe.
Hey, I'm out of character. The guy told us they were dangerous. So, and, you know.
He did say, artist did say they were dangerous. Yes, they are dangerous. You could try reasoning with them if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Artist, can you talk to them? Ask them if they have some food for us?
I'm not going out there.
Oh.
Because I don't want to die. I have
Well,
things to do.
You think the goblins can kill you?
They might.
I don't think you've been hearing me this whole time.
No, you're really quiet, Dean.
Really quiet.
I was saying, just go cut the ropes. Just just go cut the ropes over and over.
That's what
Yeah.
I was just.
No, but repeatedly, just go cut the ropes. Just fuck them.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Which one of you can sneak up there and do it then?
Well,
Mark.
we
Mark
have two
wandered off.
options.
Wait,
We can either.
Mark said he wandered off.
Oh, okay, he's gone.
Mark's
I'm still talking. I'm talking to
Okay.
yeah, everyone else. I haven't noticed he's walked off. We have two options. We can either send Mark to get close enough and untie the ropes with his abilities, or we could try a long shot at destroying the tree before they notice.
Make me a
In
stealth check,
favor of
Mark.
suicide mission by Mark.
I could technically go invisible and trigger it.
So it's kind of at this point when you say his name, you kind of look around and go, "Where's Mark?"
And he's gone.
I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't be able to see
Where's
it.
the rope tied to? Map wise.
Do you see that big log just here? Yeah, so you guys are actually farther back than this, but it's
I'm
hard
yeah.
to
not
kind of move.
seeing anything. If you.
Like this one down in the lower left.
No.
Oh yeah.
Up here.
Up.
Where?
Is your icon not on the map?
Mine's on the right, but there's a giant black rectangle.
Yeah,
fine.
that's not because of that though.
You guys are kind of on this side of the map.
Oh,
Wait, the
this
number-
log. I thought that was a tree stump.
It is a tree. It's a tree. That's the
Wait.
tree.
So it's
That's
attached
the
to
tree?
a tree
That's the
that's
tree.
in between us and the net.
The tree is 40 feet. Like
It's because
the
we're
tree.
looking down on it.
Yeah, because you're looking straight down on it. So the tree is 20 feet wide. It's a
Yeah, but-
massive
no, but-
tree.
It's in between us and the net. So I
Yeah.
don't even need to skip. I don't.
I want
even
to
need
use
pass them.
my magical gunslinger eyes to see if I notice any goblins idling near
Yeah.
the tree stump.
Go make a perception check then.
Hey, I know what my bonus is on that. That is a 5!
You rolled a 5. You
Oh,
scan
I rolled a
out.
4.
Oh, no, you scan out into the darkness. You see nothing.
I really should have told him to beware of traps.
It's just
in
clear.
case, but he's already gone.
Okay, so you make it there. You make it to the. So there's a giant tree stump. Now, if I do something, hold on.
I thought it was a tree.
It is a tree. Sorry. This is the dynamic lighting layer. This will. Am I on the right layer? Yeah, dynamic lighting layer.
I'm changing my name. I
Okay,
thought this
should-
was gonna be a good meme.
Can you see that?
Is the Grim Girl still there? We still got Iron Tooth.
Yeah. So she's
What-
there.
what-
She's just standing there, kind of.
Iron
Watching
Tooth.
you
Think
try-
We should kill them.
Goblins are dangerous things. Probably.
I'm all in favor of doing the opposite of what Iron Tooth said.
So,
So Mark is there. So I have to deal with Mark first because what
Yeah.
he's doing is actually going to cause a thing to happen. Okay. So you get to the. You may manage to make your way to the tree stump very, very stealthily. You think you haven't been spotted. What's your armor class?
Age 19.
Okay. Just want to check. Carry on.
That is a high AC.
Bitch.
That is a high AC. And Mark's not wearing any armor right now.
I'm wrong. It's the other one.
How is it that
So-
high?
So as you kind of move your way, kind of on the, you're staying low to the ground to avoid any detection by anything, and you move your way. So can you move your character? Do you see where the bush is next to that big tree?
Over there?
Yeah, because as you get closer, you realize the mechanism that actually controls it. The tree is a big part of it, but there's a large vine that kind of comes downwards. You can actually see it if you look on the picture on the top left, on the top right of the map. Do you see how it comes down? And there's like a large vine that comes down like that. Okay, so that vine is connected right in front of you. However, there are 2 goblins standing right next to it.
How far away is the rope from me?
About, let's see, it's about 10 feet from you, because it's on the other side of that bush.
How is it attached?
Let's check.
Is it just a knot?
It looks like a sailor's knot of some sort. Going off of it.
Is the knot magical?
Make a perception check.
It is not.
You look at this thing, and when the vine comes down from the tree, it kind of disappears into this mess of bush and vine. You're not sure how it's connected together. You reckon you could cut the vine directly, but you're not sure how. The thing is thick. It's like as thick as your, not as thick as your arm. Your arms are tiny and spindly. Thick as like Silverfang's arms. It's freaking huge. It winds its way all
How the fuck is
the
a goblin gonna cut through that?
They don't.
Wait, the goblin's there.
He doesn't know how it's connected to the bottom. There's too much like camouflage and weird stuff, and it's dark as well, so it's very hard for him to see it. Even with his dark vision, it's hard.
But I have seen 2 goblins.
You've seen 2 goblins that are on the other side of it. They're kind of standing watch.
I'm going to actually hide inside the bush without making any sound, if I can.
Yeah.
And then telepathically to one of the dinosaurs
What dinosaurs?
to allow...
What dinosaurs?
What dinosaurs?
To one of the goblins. I'm going to do a loud dinosaur roll telepathically.
Okay. Make me a performance check. Because you're trying to mimic something that you've heard before. And I think that this falls right in the right area. This is what comes out. The goblin looks around, though. There's no direction with telepathic. It's just the one you're looking at. Do you speak Goblin?
No. Unless the goblin speaks Draconic, Elvish, or Gnomish.
I speak goblin.
I speak
You-
5 different types of goblin.
You're too far. You guys are way too far away to hear this. One of the goblins turns to the other, and then looks back at the other. They eye down where the mechanism is, kind of where you were hiding. And one of them begins to approach your location. He's not entirely sure, but he moves with purpose. You have you have a moment of reaction. What do you do right now?
Sit still.
You sit still.
A little kobold with a queen mask is sitting still in the bush.
Yep. The other goblin, the one that seems to have spotted something, motions, does a little hand motion, and moves to the other side of you.
I see you! At my tribe!
Oh boy. Oh boy, they've seen me, haven't they? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. How far's the rope from me right now?
Do they have torches or anything?
Yeah, dark vision.
No, I'm just wondering if they had like any light sources. So
No,
I've got
not
my
not
vision.
there. There's 2 light sources in the village. One at the very southern edge, and one at the very northern edge.
So I can't see anything.
Not from that far away, no. You could probably make out. How far are you?
with me.
That's me.
Yeah. You're quite far away, and you're on the other side of this big tree.
I don't actually
You-
think lizardmen get dark vision, did they?
That's
They
fine,
do,
I'm
yes.
just- I'm sitting there, kind of cowboy stancing it up.
Yeah, you can probably see that the two goblins have moved. One of them has moved around, and they're kind of like conversing with a bush, and you're not sure what's going on from where you are.
I'm assuming that bush is Mark.
Yeah, at this point, you can make that safe assumption. Okay, what are you doing?
1 second. As I unplug my headset and run around my room in panic.
What you looking for, boy? Your guide to surviving chill?
1, 2,
They have spotted me.
3.
Mark stands up from his crouching stance
Okay.
and uses a bonus action to grow to the size of an ogre.
Okay.
Oh.
They're going to take shots at you immediately.
What?
As you did that, they're going to attack you.
Oh,
That was his
okay.
bonus, Nick. Oh, yeah.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
they're
they
going to
probably-
attack you.
Have fun. Does a 35 hit your armor class?
No, but does a 22.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, lizard folk don't have night vision, dark vision.
Or do you not? Okay, well then yeah, you can't see shit either. Okay, you take 4 points of damage, and I need you to make a
These
con.
fuckers are not intimidated by something that just grew to a fucking
No.
ogre size. The fuck?
They're scared.
I mean, yes, but if you get intimidated, you know, fight or flight response.
Yeah. You also need to make a Constitution saving throw.
How much damage did I take?
4.
4.
But you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes, as you feel some kind of poison enter your body, and then you shake it off before it can actually. That was one goblin. The other one's too kind of scared. I was rolling with disadvantage, by the way, for the first one. That's why you've only got one of his hits. The second one is trying to stab you, but just is a little too frightened to kind of do anything. And I'm going to need initiative.
Did we see a bush explode in the distance?
You. So you didn't. Neither did Aldous. Neither did Artis.
Oh,
But
I
Silverfang
let
is
Helen roll
watching
while I
them.
did this.
Silverfang can see
Let
things.
Helen roll. That was
Okay,
a
so-
bonus action. Do I not get a full turn?
Yeah, you get an action now. You can have an action to respond. They've kind of responded to you doing
Oh,
something.
that's,
They like
roll
readied an
initiative
action.
Anyway.
They readied an action to do something. What are you
I'm
doing?
going to throw initiative anyway and wait for the rest to do so before I take this. I'm guessing this is like the surprise round kind of thing,
Kind of, yeah.
like the pre-round round.
What are you giggling at?
Oh, just a laughing emoji.
Let's see.
Eric and I like to make plans.
Clearly. Mark's going on a fucking ride, isn't he?
Yeah, but we also have a plan, and his plan required me to send a laughing emoji as a response.
Let's see.
I will share with the class the laughing emoji.
How high is this tree? And does it have any other branches?
It's like 40 feet high.
The laughing.
The one that you're directly under it, basically it's a bush, and then it's like a completely stripped tree that hangs over.
According to the diagram, you probably just ripped that stake out of the ground if you're the size of an ogre.
It's also covered by camouflage, basically. That's a simplified. So you can see the mechanism, but there's like a bush that's covering it. And he couldn't work out, and it's dark. He can't really, you know.
I can see it.
Yes, but it's dark. Dark vision does not mean you have perfect light in dark. It means you can see.
You can see where the vine's going.
Yeah, you can see where the vine's going, but the mechanism to actually just undo it, he'd need to be able to see it better, basically.
Now he's got a giant, thick dagger, though.
Joe. 2. Where is? There's Mark.
Now,
There's Joe. There's
massive-
Elvis. What did you get, Dean, for initiative?
Initiative. Oh, sorry. have missed that bit. I just thought Mark was still getting fucked in the bush.
He's gonna get fucked in the bush, but that's a different problem. 9.
Lewd.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Why do Americans hate the word moist?
What?
That sounds lewd.
No, it doesn't.
What?
It's related to cake.
Yeah, moist.
In that sense, it's a really positive word. Because you don't want dry cake.
Yeah, your teeth.
I don't know what you're talking about with the moist thing.
Okay, Aldous goes first.
No, I'll get to continue my turn.
You get
first.
Yeah, you get to continue. You get your action basically. You have an action and a move left. The goblins they're surrounding you. They're kind of trying to stab you.
I'm gonna slash at the vine.
Okay, make an attack roll
My dagger.
with your dagger, which is piercing damage.
Dagger slashing.
No,
Piercing.
it's piercing.
What?
What?
A dagger
If you
is piercing.
Stab something with it or slash. You could slash with a dagger.
I'm looking it up.
It's a piercing weapon. I'm sorry, but it
also
is.
deals an extra one.
That's
Here's
It
like
stupid.
deals an extra
food for
1d4.
you.
Okay,
It deals an extra 1d4 bludgeoning.
okay. You hit definitely. So roll for
And
damage.
my reach increased by 5 feet, so I'm like.
Okay, so you going.
You're
Damage, so that's the damage, and then gets added 1d4, and then it's a crit.
So the
Hold on.
first part is 13 plus 4, 17.
Wow.
1d4 plus
You've
5,
been with Rom.
8,
It's 16 plus 5.
16 plus. So 21 points of damage total.
Yeah.
It's 2d4 max roll.
So you take your dagger, you jump, you don't even need to jump because you're quite tall. You go, and yeah, it's fine. So you go, and you get about 3/4 of the way through this very thick vine. It goes. You see the tree kind of shake a bit as the entire mechanism threatens to go, but it doesn't happen this time. So that's you. Nope.
No,
so that's
I'll get to move.
you get to move. Yeah.
And
Are you? So
in a panic, in a frenzy, I'll look around me
Yeah.
and go, oh shit, I didn't do anything.
Oh.
And I am going to leap 20 feet up into the air and hang on to the vine.
Okay. You still provoke attacks of
Using-
opportunity.
Sounds like
though.
an
Using
awful
that
idea.
brute force.
Okay.
Using that brute force ability.
Okay, so, but you still provoke attacks of opportunity, correct?
I assume so, but who the
Yeah.
fuck expects someone to leap up into the air?
Goblins are still just gonna go. "Ah."
You're quite big. They have a lot of time.
They have a lot of time.
As soon as one hits me, I get tiny though, so the other one has fucking disadvantage.
So okay. So 2 hits. So the first hit, you need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
Yeah, you're still fine.
You have to
Poison.
make-
So the first hit is 4 points of damage. Again.
You have to
Second.
make concentration checks, Niels, for your thing.
Yeah, okay. And then 2 points of damage as the 2 goblets, their spears just kind of trying to just jab you over and over again. A few of their jabs go through. You only need to do 2 because there's only 2 hits.
Yeah, and first for the poison.
Oh, I see. So poison, concentration check,
Oh, it's the second
concentration check.
poison as well.
Yeah, there's still poison.
Okay, the second one was poison waves. You didn't say that.
Yeah, they're all poisoned.
And the concentration save fails, and I am tiny again.
You jump up in the air. You've grabbed on. You managed to grab. Do you grab onto it? Can't remember how this works. Yes, I'll say you grabbed onto it. So you're saying you're jumping in the air as they.
Or you can have me roll for it, but I've got advantage on every strength. 10 hit.
You don't.
I do.
You did.
I do. It's my focus.
Okay, fine. What I would say is, as you're
As
kind
a
of
big
jumping
guy,
in the
don't
air,
get advantage.
I need you to make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, because you're changing sides mid-air because they caught you as you were jumping in the air with the spears. So it's more about the acrobatics and kind of trying to twist your body rather than the actual pure act of strength. You still manage it. You just barely grab onto the vine. You're quite outside their reach now. They didn't expect you to both grow that large and jump out of their range. And they're kind of standing there. That's your go. You say so, Alduus. Now it is your turn.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so
You can probably hear the goblins shouting. I will say.
said I couldn't hear them before.
I made the roar when I transformed into big.
Oh, that's far loud enough to hear.
Yeah. It's before they were just kind of like, they weren't shouting, they were kind of trying to call themselves over to position themselves. This time it's more of a, they're in battle and they're in combat, they know.
But I still can't see them.
No, you don't have dark vision. You have no way of seeing this. It's too dark for you to see. You know roughly the location of where all this is happening, but you can't see anything.
The slash of a dagger as well, by the way.
Huh?
He would have seen the dagger slash.
Why?
His
magic
dagger
dagger.
glows in the night.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Dagger.
Yeah, so you would have seen the flashes and the moonlight as it gone.
Alright, can I try?
Also, you're wrong, Nils. He would have seen the pierce of a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just. I mean, can I throw a fireball at where I seen the flash of the dagger? Then I suppose.
You can try. It would be a disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll run up and I'll throw a fireball at where I thought it was. I'll try and hit one of the goblins. Actually, can I try and hit the rope?
It would be a disadvantage, yes. But you can do so,
I
yes.
mean, everything's a disadvantage anyway.
Oh god, yeah, you're in the middle. It's dark as hell.
Oh,
Unless
but
you
mind you, he's holding on to the thing, but
You wouldn't.
I'm just throwing it in the general direction.
You don't know he's holding onto the thing.
You can't
Yeah,
see him. Yeah. So
Oh,
what
I
do you
don't
want to
even know
do?
there's a rope there, so I'm just throwing it in the
so
general direction.
so when he attacked, the blade came out. You saw him hit something, and it was bright enough for you to see that there is a vine there. For
Yeah,
that
but
split second.
Was it bright enough to see that there's a goblin there?
Hmm.
You want me to read the moon
I
touch
would.
thingy again?
It's like 5 feet of bright light, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bright.
Yeah. So I would say yes. You could see both goblins and the vine.
I'll take a shot at the goblin then. The
Okay.
goblin seems like the biggest
but
danger.
my dagger was huge at that point, so like 5 feet beyond my reach.
Oh, wait,
It
shit,
lit-
with
it lit up a
disadvantage.
pretty decent
Yep.
area.
No.
So the bolt goes wide out into the darkness beyond. You can't even see where it went. Ignore that. I need to fix that. I keep forgetting about that. Okay. Right, so that's your turn. Artis, what are you gonna
Can't see
do?
the roll forward, by the way.
I know.
Need to
That's fine.
remind us.
That's fine. It's Artis, then Silverfang, then Nicholas is after Silverfang, so.
The silver
Artis can't see anything either. He's not gonna do much. He's gonna wait.
You're not gonna make light appear.
No. He's not going to do anything. He's going to draw his weapons. He pulls out a small dagger, a rather ornate little thing, and he's kind of watching for an opportunity, but he's not doing anything just yet. Silverfang draws her axe as well. She's kind of waiting to see what happens. She's not 100% sure what's going to happen in the next couple of seconds, so she's more biding her time. Nicholas, your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna buy my time as well. Ready my gun in case I see something come out towards us.
Yeah. You can actually see, though. You have dark vision, so you can see a bit better than most of everyone else.
Oh, and then I'm gonna take a pot shot at the northern boy.
Okay.
Northern boy.
That is am I still? I'm not at a disadvantage.
You're not. No. You have dark vision. You can see.
As a 13 to hit.
I can't. I'll remember if they. I don't. I think you hit. Yeah, you hit.
I should have read that ability first before I roll to attack. But we will go with what I was going to do then. There's 10 total damage.
And with that, the goblin is just engulfed in fire, and this bullet just goes careening through him. The right one, the top one, I assume, when you shot at. Can I click that one? Oh, it's because that one.
And then I reload. That's me.
Okay.
Actually, no. Can I... I'm gonna dive behind a bush, which is now magically near me.
I'll say there's like another shrubberies you can hide behind. In fact, I'll move you. I'll give you a shrubbery. Layer. Took a layer. There we go. That's what you're hiding under, kind of beneath, basically. That's what the mechanism looks like, just to let you know from the ground. That's yours. The goblins go. He takes from his belt a little horn.
Did you move it onto our layer? I can't see anything.
Oh, he's got a whore on his belt. What the?
A horn.
Nice hole.
And he's going to disengage. And you begin to see lots of movement from within the camp. What was his actions? Move. Actually, would he do that, or would he probably stay there? Yeah, he'd probably sit there. Okay. That's him. He's dead. Mark.
So I see lots of movement inside the camp.
Oh, shitloads, yeah. Lots of movement inside the camp and outside of it.
Inside the camp.
Inside the camp and outside of it. Looks like they're getting ready to move very quickly.
Well, since I'm on this thing, I am in reach of the cut I made already, right?
You jump 20 feet up. What's
Yeah,
your,
but I had a
what's
reach
your
of... I
5
had a reach
feet?
of, 10 feet,
10 feet.
because I was huge at that point.
Oh, you're not huge anymore. And you jump 20 feet up to the vine.
He's on the vine. He can reasonably get to where the cut is.
You can, but you have to drop. The thing is he has to drop down to do it.
Alright, so I have to, like...
You have to go back in threat
I'm on the
range.
vine, so I can probably just slide down without too much effort, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark's gonna slide down to the cut,
Okay.
and then slide down to the bottom bit, because he's not a retard, and then cut the vine.
Okay, attempt to cut the vine again. Okay, make an attack roll. That hits. Okay.
Increasing damage.
You're kind of using your dagger as a saw, but it's really not designed for this. And this vine is thick and sinewy. It's like trying to cut through somebody's arm with a really blunt weapon, a blunt utensil. You're almost through. You reckon next, like one more attempt, and you'll have it basically.
And the goblins still blow me?
Yep.
Ah, fuck that shit. Mark's gonna leap off the vine.
Okay, where are you going?
Jump 40 feet in that direction.
Okay, two attack rolls.
That's a pretty long jump.
Yep.
You can do
I
it.
can spend 2 psi points to leap that far.
You mean one attack roll?
On
like
top
I
of
said.
my normal movement.
Each goblin gets 2 attack rolls.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, it's an opportunity attack. Yeah, an opportunity attack is 1. So yeah,
I'm not in reach of them anymore.
you drop down to
Yeah,
get into
but-
reach of the cut.
Was
You are
the
in reach
cut
of them.
In their reach still.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Oh well, yeah, give them the attack.
Okay, so
As a little kobold goes
does
flying off.
22 hit.
Why the fuck does this guy keep hitting me? Yes.
Getting lucky. I rolled 18. So 4 damage. And you need to make another Constitution saving throw. So pass. Says the man who's rolling, what, 17s on Constitution saving throws?
I'm rolling really well. Yeah, that's fair. I've been rolling crits on Constitution saves. Come on.
So as you're trying jumping through the air, the goblin goes and stabs you in the side. And you jump off into the bushes. Landing right next to Artis, I assume.
Yeah, no, are they within 40 feet?
Yeah.
I'll then use the remainder of my normal movement to get behind them and just say it's nearly done, but the fuckers, they're there and they know.
Okay.
And I'm hurt!
What did you do?
Joseph Spinman.
Mark, what did you do?
I tried to cut the vine, gave it 2 slashes, it's nearly gone through, but this goblin's slashing at me with the spears, and it's pretty sure the poison spears.
Okay,
It's nearly gone.
I assume I heard the trumpet. The
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hurry, the camp is coming.
I'm gonna move forward
Okay.
here.
Okay, yep.
Is that within sight range? I can see the vine.
You said you don't have dark vision, so
Yeah.
no.
Well, alright.
You can't see.
You're able to see the vine up against the slightly more lit up night sky, right?
Yeah. Make a perception check.
I mean, the area above the camp is clear.
And I know where to look because Mark
You know where to
attacked
look.
it
Yeah.
twice.
That's why you're not rolling with disadvantage. Okay, yeah, you can see where the vine is, and you can see where the phrase, or it looks almost like there's like a V cut out of this vine. There's just holding on by not much more than a thread.
So, I need to read a spell because I just realized it's not an attack.
Throw a hammer into it.
Plants aren't creatures. Unless plants are creatures.
Plants aren't great. Well, they can be, but in this case it's not. So I'm good.
Can I take out?
What was that? Sorry. Somebody
out
tried
my
to call
light.
me.
Take out my light crossbow, try to shoot the vine?
Yeah, you can do so. Yeah, you'll do so with disadvantage because you can't see well. But yeah, you can do so.
Alright. Disadvantage. Shoot the
Oh my god. Yep, that's piercing damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll damage. Good, this is okay. So you pull out the crossbow, aim very carefully. How did you do 2 damage when you? Oh, because you rolled a 1 and you have 1 down. Okay, you aim incredibly carefully, waiting for an opportunity. The breeze kind of swaying ever so slightly, and then bolt frenzy slices the vine, and for a second, time seems to go slow. And then the entire contraption begins to pull itself upward. The ground and everything around you is a cacophony of noise as this entire encampment is just
Back to reality.
flung into the air. There is basically a hole in the ground in front of you now where this camp used to be, as all 6 of you watch as the entire goblin camp, minus some of the outlier buildings, is flung into the air and beyond.
I used my bonus action
How
to
many
reload the crossbow.
screams do we hear?
You can't hear the screams over the sound of this thing going hurtling through the air. You hear, as it's kind of lying, you hear a
I hope
loud
that goblin's trumpet went. Burr, 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 burr.
Cool. So that's all gone.
With the one wasn't in the net.
Yeah, he's just slowly like, oh no.
That's all gone. They're all dead. Okay, so that whole section is, so the center section is basically like what looks like kind of like brown dirt. Like if you pick up something that's been on grass for a long time, after a while it just looks like just dirt and brown because it's killed everything. Yeah, everything in that area is gone.
I'm gonna reload my crop.
I thought you said it'd be like the dirt, like the ground of when you've put like a tent on it for so long and it's just had like shit resting over it. Be
Yeah,
like flat grass and dirt and moisture, wouldn't it?
essentially, yeah. And there's a number of small bugs and things crawling their way out from underneath.
Don't say moist.
Now that's Monterey.
Yeah, pretty moist.
Sick. We're gonna have fun after this.
Cool. Okay. So that's.
Didn't you get rid of the shadows here and stuff since they don't exist anymore?
Yeah, I can actually. That would be a good point. I can do that. Boop. Dynamic lighting overlay. Boop. They're all gone.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Yeah, there's a hole. Cool.
I would like to examine the hole.
Well, it's still this boy.
There's still there are other goblins.
I kill him.
No,
That is a 23.
it's not your turn. It's Aldois's turn.
Aldous does nothing, he can't see shit. My turn.
He can't see shit. That's true. And now,
My turn, I kill him.
now it's the remaining goblin's turn.
Alright, I roll to kill the goblin.
You need to do something. You can't just say I rolled to kill the goblin.
Alright, I kill it.
No. Do you have power word kill?
Hey.
No, you don't. It's a 9th level spell. It's a 9th level spell. No.
You can
Oh,
move up
well,
and try to see him.
What do you do? It's your turn, Aldois.
Magic firebolt.
With
Wait,
disadvantage.
it
That misses. So the firebolt conjure it.
But does the light from the firebolt make it easier to see the goblin?
For a second, as it flies over its head. As the firebolt kind of shrieks over his head, the mask and the red eyes behind it give him a very sinister appearance as he stares at you, Joseph.
Come get.
Does he look angry or
Oh, yeah, a little.
does he look like he was a homeowner and now is not a homeowner?
Kind of that look, yeah.
Come
Alright.
get. Where's where is my armor?
Okay.
My AC keeps readjusting itself.
Okay, so this one is going to run at you, Joseph.
Yeah, give me a sec. I gotta readjust my AC again.
Can I kill it now?
It's not your turn, so no.
Roll to make Dean happy.
Alright.
I don't think that's my job.
Yeah, it is. You're the DM. You're supposed to make sure everyone's having a good
The
time.
roll's a 17, it's a important roll.
Okay, what's your armor class, Joseph?
Oh, well, why don't you tell me what the damage roll is, like everyone else? I'm just kidding. It's. I think it's 19. I like magic enchanted my armor, and then it keeps adjusting my AC down whenever I make like a small change.
Yeah, it's because it's trying to do it automatically. So you need to adjust the armor you're wearing directly.
Yeah, I got 19 AC. Right?
You have 19 AC. So the goblin who kind of runs up to you is trying to stab you with the spear. The spear just ping, ping, bounces off your armor harmlessly. That's the artist's go. He still can't see, but he can see that Joseph's in trouble. Probably. He
Trouble,
definitely
I got a Rice Krispie treat. I'm fine.
definitely saw that happen. He's not going to take out that though. He will run up. And pull out a bow and take a shot at one of the goblins closest to him. Might actually hit. He didn't. Just there, just goes, flings off into the darkness beyond. Can't see where it went. She can go. She moves farther. She can get close enough. So she manages and just lashes with this goblin with an axe.
Oh, how barbaric.
She is a barbarian. And caves his skull in with this axe and just
Oh, Jesus.
as he
Oh,
collapses to the ground.
Jesus!
Now it is
I
now.
shoot him.
Now it's Nicholas. Who are you shooting? You don't even know who you're shooting.
All of them. I am going to shoot at this one. I can't pick it.
This
I'm
boy.
going to whoosh.
That one, okay.
But
Big
with
shot.
the thunder cannon.
Does he get advantage because he doesn't know he's there?
Doesn't matter because it hits. It's a 14.
That hits you.
15.
That hits.
Six.
But it could be a crit.
That all of those hit.
It's a 17.
You're right, Dean?
That is 11 points of damage plus 1 thunder damage.
It's dead. The bullet
Shield him. Get out of
Just
him, boy.
explodes.
And the reload, and then I move to the other bush I was hiding behind. So like this combat's like roll, roll.
It's fair enough.
But I'm behind the bush.
Right. Next is Mark.
Oh, shit.
You can see, unlike everyone else. So you can see the other two goblins making their way towards you, and the one left that's down there. You don't see anything else in the village, though, or anywhere else. It's quite quiet.
I'll step next to Aldous,
Okay.
touch his arm, and point towards the nearest goblin. This little fucker.
Okay.
And then I'll quickly go back to the page where it's at. Perform a Mind Slam. As an action, you target one creature you can see within 60 feet of you, which is that's
Yeah, it's
right.
60 feet. It's fine.
The target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So, Constitution saving throw versus my
3.
saves thing.
Roll the 3.
Yeah, it's like 14. He has to be. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Roll the 3.
Or take 1d6 force damage. If it takes any of this damage and is larger or smaller, it is knocked prone.
Okay, so you. This thing hits the ground quite hard. It's knocked prone.
The creature is now slammed prone.
Okay.
It's just instant headache, whoop, blackout.
Okay, so he's prone. That's fine.
Let's
Right.
see if I have a bonus action left. I don't
Mark.
think I can heal myself with a bonus action, can I?
Mark.
Zucker.
Mark just went.
Oh, Mark just went, sorry. Then it's Justice Finman.
Oh, yeah.
The body of a goblin lies dead in front of you.
Yeah, that's horrific.
Its face crushed in by a large axe as she kind of pulls it out, pulls it free from it.
A bit much, don't you think? Right. I'm gonna.
Is that her considering that it was too much, or like?
There was a little bit of consideration in her face for a second, and then, and then no.
I'm gonna drop my crossbow on the ground so that I can pull out my shield.
Okay. So you drop your crossbow to the ground, pull your shield out. What else do you
And
do?
I can't. Well, I can't also equip a weapon, so I'm just gonna have that. I'm gonna
You can actually, if you. Oh no, you've equipped your shield. No, you can't. You're right. You dropped your shield, so yeah.
I'm gonna use a spell. I'm gonna move a bit more nowhere. Wait. Cute. Are those guys lit up at all? Those two? One of them has a camera. No, that's a snail icon.
It's a snail icon. I reckon you can probably just about make them out. If you were to attack them, it would be disadvantaged, but no.
What if I cast Sacred Flame on one of them?
You can cast Sacred Flame if you want.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the farther one to the left.
He made the save. So
Does that
the
mean
flames,
nothing happens?
Yeah, nothing happens on a cantrip saving throw. So
Do
can't.
flames happen though? Is that
Yeah.
a flicker of fucking light?
Yeah, so the flames descend from the sky and the goblin just kind of goes and dodges to the side.
So
Is this
the goblin is in fact outlined to the rest of us.
for a second? The flames just disappear. They're not fire; they're radiant.
I want a flavor them to look more like fire, even though they're not.
They look like fire. They look like fire. But they don't.
forge descent.
Just make it so like an anvil falls on them. A fiery anvil.
Can
And then
you
we
all...
can use it for scrap metal. Yes.
So at this point, can you all make perception checks?
Oh, mine's
Oh, this is where a dinosaur's gonna attack us.
15.
6.
10.
Do I get advantage because I'm cool?
No. What did you get? 15.
Do I get advantage because I'm blind, therefore my hearing and everything is heightened?
You're
No.
blind?
I can't see anything.
Only.
That's not what blind is.
That's not what blind is. Only Nicholas hears this.
That'll be a fucking dinosaur. Boy.
In the very far distance, you hear. And it's approaching quickly.
Dino.
Aldous,
Yes.
it's your turn.
I pointed you towards where the goblins are.
Yep. You knocked the
Can
one
I
that he pointed
see
to
them?
prone. Yes, you can see the one that he knocked prone. And you can definitely see the one next to him. It's hard to make him out, but you can make them
But
out.
I can see it. Which one is the least hurt?
The one that he didn't knock prone.
Alright,
fact-
I'm gonna target that with magic missile.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
can't see it. so-
Yeah, you can see the-
nothing.
Yeah. So
Alright,
realizing that it's difficult to target these things, you conjure the magic missiles and just let them fly.
Yeah, I'll hit it all on him.
Okay. Roll the damage for it.
That's 10.
10 points of damage. That's enough. The magic missiles, and the third one comes up underneath him, underneath the mask, and cracks. And you hear it.
Magic missile!
Magic missile.
As the third one explodes underneath his mask and
Attack
crashes
the
it
hell out of
outwards.
that darkness.
I'm out of spell slots.
He's dead.
I'm not.
Calling your
Goblin's
magic missile.
They begin to flee.
Oh, I forgot. I need to lower my crossbow.
They're starting to beat feet. That's their turn. Artis. Well, I think we're done here then, friends. Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Can I
Uh,
ascertain what the was?
It will make an intelligence check.
Can I find
That is
them?
a 20 mathematically.
You reckon it's something very... You don't know exactly what it is, but you reckon in order for you to hear it and to be that echoing over the combat, you reckon this thing must be fucking big.
There's a big dinosaur coming.
Oh boy.
You're still in initiative for now, so...
Oh
Are
boy,
there-
oh boy.
I guess we better get on skedaddling out of here. Are there any of those masks left? Like, alright.
There's one in front of your feet.
Yeah,
But-
but isn't that the one that she caved his skull on? I assume
There's
that
another
thing's, like-
one. There's another one from the magic missiles that went underneath that last goblin, and it pushed it towards you. The inside is blackened and kind of covered in gore,
I'm
but
gonna
it is
pick it up
whole.
like you would like something like just with your index finger and your thumb. I'm gonna walk over to Mark and hand it to him.
Silverfang looks around the camp for a second, and then points out towards the south. What's the range on your? Actually, no, because there's a fire right next to that. Joseph and Alduus, make me a perception check.
Alright, but I'm like giving Mark a mask.
Okay, so Alduus, you look down, you're kind of surveying the battlefield, looking for more targets as you kind of make sure everything's okay. Down near the south end of the fire, there is a steel cage that you can see. Just about
I can
the
just
outline.
see it in the firelight, kind of.
Yeah. And with that high perception roll, there's something in it.
Can I say if it's like, is it humanoid in shape or?
From this distance, it's too hard to tell. There's something in it. You don't know what. You need to get a lot closer.
There's something in the cage down there near the fire. I can't tell what it is.
We should probably help them, whoever it is. Then there's not any danger coming anyways.
Whatever it is.
But
What, Joseph?
Nicholas said there sounded like a dinosaur was headed towards our
A
our
dinosaur.
location.
Yeah, that's
I didn't hear that.
I did.
Are we still in initiative? Can I do something?
You're still in initiative, yes, and it's technically it's Nicholas's turn.
Shoot the goblin.
They're dead.
I know. I am.
Well, actually, they're running away currently. They're not completely run away. You can see one scampering.
I am going to hide in this bush.
Okay, make a stealth check.
I will. And I have rolled a 13, but I don't know what the modifier is. 15.
15. Okay, cool. That's your turn. Next is Mark.
Mark's hurt. Mark doesn't want to be hurt, so Mark's gonna touch himself and heal himself.
Okay.
2 points, which is 2d8.
Okay.
15. That puts him back to full health. Oh, for fuck's sake, I have not been doing this right.
What?
I have 2 temporary hit points every turn, and I have not been using them. Gosh darn it.
That is your fault.
Oh, boy, yeah, that is such a fucking... Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so upset now.
It's funny, that goblin before only did 2 points of damage to you.
I'm going to hide into the same bush as Nicholas is and asking why he's hiding.
You don't know I'm in there. Do you? What's your passive perception?
It's not high enough to see him, no.
So I knew Nicholas was over there.
You knew Nicholas was over there.
I've been rolling between bushes, you little lizard.
Yeah, he's probably has.
2 adjacent bushes.
Just roll, just hide in your own bush, it's fine. But you've used your action
Oh,
anyway,
look,
so you're not
Nicholas
hiding.
is in this bush!
I want to
and
prod him with the gun.
that's fair. It's probably hot, actually. If it's been fired recently. Take 1 point of burning damage. That's fire damage, sorry, as he touches this hot barreled gun against your skin.
Oh no, my temporary
Take 1 point of regret damage.
Regret damage. That's why I did it. So Joe, Joseph Spinman.
I'm like, oh my god. I'm sorry.
What?
Oh, just AC almost. I guess I'll go with everyone else who's going towards the cage. Do I have to walk in initiative order?
Yes.
Like,
to the last initiative. Bursting forth from the what's it called? The jungle line. It's not a tree line. Comes a large scaled beast. A couple of feathers in his in kind of like around his head, and across green skin, huge pointed teeth and huge muscular legs. Bright yellow eyes and a large horn that comes out from the front of his nose.
Ooh, he's a thirsty boy.
And it's his turn as
But
well.
can I see what's in the cage?
Where you are? No, not exactly.
I don't know if you allow it, but I kind of assumed I was readied for this while hiding in the bush.
I will let you take a shot if you want to.
I don't. Can I hit that within range? I don't know if I want to.
It's like,
How?
It's a big boy.
How
This is a
tough
very big boy.
did the dinosaur, the T-Rex we saw in the pens look?
what are you trying to ascertain? How hard it is to hit, or how much of a beating it can take?
How much of a beating it can take?
This is a big old
From what I
boy.
saw in the race. Is this one bigger?
This is bigger. A little bit bigger, yeah. The you didn't actually see a Tyrannosaurus race. You only saw an Allosaurus race. Yeah, I think you saw it was Allosauruses. Allosaurus, this is bigger. And you saw the one... Actually, no, you did. You saw one T-Rex, and the one T-Rex you saw wasn't fully grown. This one's
There's this
fully
boy
grown. This is an adult, and it's humongous. This is
Oh,
probably
it's
the...
me, dude.
This is the biggest... No, this isn't the biggest creature you've seen. This is the second biggest creature, because you've seen Brontosauruses.
No, this is the third biggest creature we've seen.
How far away is the river?
Oh, you did see the dragon. You're like talking several hundred feet.
Right, I'm gonna stay in the bush. I'm tracking it though.
Okay, so you watch, keeping an eye on what it's doing. Okay, so that's your readied action. It moves. What can it see? You can see the flames over there. It can see.
Shit, there goes.
You can see more.
Some of those goblins are pretty close to the fire.
That's what I'm trying to decide and just figure out which ones they're going to go for. Let's go for her. It charges towards 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Towards Artis and Silverfang. It manages to close distance. It doesn't have enough. It's like and just charges towards them.
I'm guessing I can see this.
Oh yeah, you can see this.
Yeah,
All
I
this.
mean, like,
And it's
even
also.
if I'm blind. It's just
Give them a salute.
It is now your turn as well, as you see this.
It'd be nice knowing them.
It roars out again as it's about ready to attack. And Silverfang just kind of goes ready for the fall. Artist looks strangely calm as he's reaching into his pocket for something.
does it look like? Is he a hungry boy?
Yeah, he is definitely aggressive.
But is he hungry?
I ain't no man of courage. I don't think I'll want to take a shot at this thing. I'm gonna take a run for these bushes and hide in them.
Make a stealth check.
This is fucking huge,
It is.
and I'm right at its foot.
You are.
Stealth, normal roll, yeah.
Yeah.
A 23.
You jump into the bush and disappear into nothing. It's now Artis's turn. He reaches. You all three. You can see this.
Am
Joseph,
I
you're
ready?
two-
Am I able to ready an action?
Yeah, you can ready an action. What would you want to do?
All right. I'm gonna blast the shit out of it if other people start to kind of, fight
Blast.
it.
Out of it.
Okay.
I'm
The
rolling
three-
for itchy trigger finger.
The three of you.
Okay, it's above 10.
Okay, three of you who are right near where Artis is. Joseph, you're too far away to see this. It's really Yeah, because based on where you are, what you're watching, Aldous, you're the only one who notices. You watch as the artist pulls something out of his pocket and puts something on his finger. And then
I give you the finger.
Is it new?
make a perception check. It was mostly Aldous I needed a perception check, who's now dying.
Well, Neil said he's gonna get the finger.
Can he have an
Okay,
advantage?
so
He's been waiting for this moment.
No,
Jump the
you-
boat.
Artist reaches his hand out to the T-Rex and touches it on the toe, and it just goes. Toe check? No, it fucked it. It failed. The entire thing turns to a giant statue of blue ice instantly.
Dude, what?
Fuck. Fuck.
Dude, what? How?
Fuck.
The other two goblins are now fleeing in terror in their lives, and they just disappear into the forest.
Fuck.
What? Nicholas, I don't. How? What was that?
Fuck.
Yes.
I think we can take it now.
Do you think it'll shatter?
Is it
Might be
dead?
easier to gather things.
Kind of. Are you saying this to somebody, or are you just saying this out?
Yeah, I'm shouting it out at him. Freezy Pop Boy.
He looks over at you. And you don't have dark vision. Kind of.
Is it gonna defrost?
No.
Are you
Never?
gonna defrost it?
No. He pulls the ring off his finger and puts it back into his pocket.
I'm gonna walk up to him, kind of like looking at this giant freezy pop thing, and I'm just gonna poke it a bit with my staff.
It's solid ice all the way through. It's not like a layer of ice that's covering this thing. This thing is frozen straight through to the core. Like somebody carved this out of a chunk of ice. We're out of initiative, so you guys can kind of just do what you want.
I'm gonna keep moving towards the cage.
I'm gonna hug the ice block because it's fucking hot.
It is fucking hot, actually.
I crawl down this bush, looking for traps or something.
Okay.
I've seen you take that thing out of your pocket a few times, and then you just do this. What is it?
It's not for you.
You are traveling with us. I feel we need to know what this is, especially when you can stop something this size in its tracks.
Is it not enough that I show you that I can do these things? You have
Do you do
secrets.
this every day?
Sometimes. There is cost associated with it. Silver Fang, smash it, please. Just shatters. She just shatters this large T-Rex into chunks of ice. There's just chunks of ice kind of down the ground there.
Can I tell if the ice is like magical in nature, or is it just ice?
Make an Arcana check.
That's 9.
Even with that, you know that this ice isn't. It's ice. It is holding its cold better than you think it should, but you're not sure how artist did this. As you, okay. So as you near the cage, Joseph, you get closer and closer to it, and eventually you notice what's inside. There's two creatures inside, actually. No, not a kobold. Fuck. Hold on.
Wait.
One of them is a small, kind of frog-like creature. You've not seen one of these before.
No, I'll kill it. Lick it or kill it. You have two choices, Joseph.
Are you alright?
Lick or kill the frog.
What's wrong with frogs?
They look like this. It's the green one
lick it.
specifically. Specifically in the
They are,
center.
the more poison they have.
The green-
I want to play as a grung.
You could have if you wanted to, but it's, you know.
Grung Mystic.
It's one of these little creatures. It's kind
They
of
look
sitting
like
down.
plastic frogs I owned as a kid.
They kind of do. Anyways, so one of these things is sitting down, kind of in one of the corners, huddled in. It doesn't appear to be wearing any clothes of any kind that you can recognize. Has very bright green skin with black, kind of tribalish markings on it, and very large black eyes. It seems to be kind of staring at you, and not sure what to make of what's just transpired in terms of kind of what's happened. The other person, however, is not. No. Why would it be a kobold?
It's two kobolds on top of each other in a brown coat.
Ah, no. The other person is somebody you recognize, or have the
Sniffy.
Fucking Khajiits.
It's Sniffy.
No, have the description of actually. It's a very pale-skinned it kind of looks like a dwarf, but
Is
you've
that,
never seen one. You've never seen one that's kind of got this kind of pale skin. He has a large blue dot in the center of his forehead and two smaller ones that kind of are at 45-degree angles just underneath it. He has also above his eyebrows painted blue markings, and then another set of concentric rings underneath his eyes as well. He's very emaciated. Looks like he's been here for quite a while. Hello. Who's who's out there?
Hello there.
What
Are you alright?
No, I'm in a cage. What happened?
Well, a companion of ours said that this tribe would cause trouble, so we came to deal with them swiftly.
But here he always cause trouble. They're goblins, that's what they do.
You said it as someone I've met before, and I do not.
Somebody you have the
Oh, and-
description of, specifically.
Oh, I do not remember hearing of any cool.
You
He
did?
was on one of their wanted posters.
No. It's one of the guides.
That's convenient.
Can you get me out of here?
Hold on, and I'm looking for a way to open the cage.
You have a look around. There is a large padlock on it.
Mm-hmm.
You reckon maybe you could break the lock or pick it if you were of the right persuasion. It's a very simple mechanism.
How much does one side of this cage cost?
It's so it's steel on the edges and then wood on the inside. I know what you're gonna try to do, and I actually kind of like this. Yeah, you can try.
You can try.
Alright, I want to try and break down as much of the material of the cage as possible, like around them, not on them, or below.
Okay, so you're gonna try to break one of the sides, basically.
Yeah, into it and convert that into just a raw bar of metal.
Okay, so you're gonna try to convert like a whole chunk of it into iron. Okay, so it's gonna take an hour. So I'm gonna move over to somebody else. 'Cause,
Yeah. Before I start the ritual, I want to give them some water.
okay, so you pass a water skin inside. The dwarf grabs it, but
I'll just slide the rain catcher between the bars for now.
okay, so you slide that, and they kind of like the little.
What weather is
The-
it?
Oh, shit.
It's clear. There's a light breeze, and it's night. And there's no rain.
Am I warm?
You are currently cold because you're standing next to the ice.
Hey, you're paying attention.
Of course, it'd be weird.
I'm hugging the ice.
Yeah, you're
Why
like
are you
hugging it.
I hope you licked the. Weren't you? Didn't you have
Okay.
some problem where you were too cold for like a few days?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was shivering. He had shivering sickness. What are you doing, Dean? Sorry, Nicholas.
I'm sneaking around looking for stuff.
Okay, so make an investigation check.
Things that may have dropped out, things that may be everywhere. That's
With
a
disadvantage.
plus. What the motherfucker?
It's dark and you still don't have a fucking light. Oh no, you're fine. No, he still needs a light because you still have disadvantage on investigation checks.
In light, you still
Well,
have
that's a 15.
15. Okay. So you kind of wander around, and as you're looking around, you come across pretty much right where you're standing in the map. You find a small bronze and adamantine medallion, and it has a single word etched into it, which is the word Vorn. Vorn.
What? That was underneath the net.
It seems to have deposited itself here.
I'm gonna. Is it just the pendant made out of adamantite? Can I tell, or is the whole thing?
Bronze and adamantine. So like think like the center is made of adamantite, and then there's like a bronze border around it, and then Vorn is etched into the center of it.
Alright, I'm going to prepare for the future and put it in my breast pocket so that if I'm shot from a great distance by someone wielding a gun, I won't die.
Okay, so you top pocket that and put it in there. You're doing that. What are you guys doing who are talking to artists? Because it's kind of like all happening at the same time.
I'm grabbing a few of the goblin spears,
Okay, so you're picking up some of the spears, checking them out.
asking archers how the crap they're poisoned because they hurt a lot.
I don't know. I don't know poisons.
Well, you apparently know magic, despite saying you didn't.
I don't know magic.
Then what's this?
It's a thing I have. You have secrets, I have secrets.
A cool thing.
Mine keep. Mine are important to keep. For everyone's sake.
I want to insight that.
Okay, go ahead. When he says that, you genuinely believe that what he's saying about it's important for that this secret is kept for everyone's sake, he genuinely believes that.
I don't distrust you on that fact. I just find it curious, and being somebody that often is intrigued with artifacts, I've merely thought it as a chance to learn.
I never asked you, actually. What are you doing in the jungles of Chult?
I'm simply looking for the man that taught me everything that I'd know. So.
No. You are looking for a thing. You are looking for something. What are you looking for?
I found it!
You hear as he shouts at he waves some medallion that glints in the firelight from all the other sources. You also find a number of little gold coins and things as well. Add 10 gold to your inventory.
I will. Are they cursed in any way?
You don't know?
Wonderful.
How would you check?
By biting on each one.
These feel like real gold coins. They're minted in this kind of area, so they have they vary. A lot of them have symbols of the various merchant princes in the area.
Some of them are covered in poo.
Some of them are covered in poo. You are near the latrines, but yeah.
Have fun biting them.
Do you answer Artis when he asks? Artis
I mean-
is asking Aldous, "What are you are looking for a thing?"
Do I presume he means like an item?
Mm-hmm. He says thing, not person. So.
As I said, I came looking for one specific person. I know of things that are rumored to be here or were lost here, but I'm not specifically looking for any particular thing.
And of these rumors and things that you are seeking, how many have left to good, of when they have been found, have led to good ends?
I suppose really it depends on who actually finds them. Usually not the right people.
The problem with magical items, especially ones as powerful as some of the items that you may be seeking, is that some of them have a mind of their own, and some of them are not friendly. It would do well for you to understand this.
I'll be careful.
At this point, Artis kind of walks off and he's kind of developed some kind of weird thing with Silverfang, and they kind of walk off together. Yeah, they're kind of walking off over this direction.
Would I be able to sleight of hand the thing in his pocket?
You can try.
I'm following. Okay, so he's doing that, and if
Says
he
yeah.
fails, but if he doesn't get caught, I'm gonna follow him. But we will go back in time for this.
I'm just terrified at what his perception bonus is.
Go ahead.
Does he look like the perceptive type?
You said you did it. You've already done it. Make the
No,
roll.
I said, am I able to do it? Is my exact
I said you can try. So, are you doing it or not?
I'm gonna try,
Okay.
but I'm giving him the roll of 9.
Okay.
Please be good. No, that's awful.
He grabs
I
your
can't
hand.
give myself the 16, can I?
You can, yeah.
Oh, can I give myself the 17? Is that then plus my...
Yes, it's a roll, and then
no,
so yeah.
it's not plus modifier. It just replaces.
Oh, I thought it replaces the roll.
dice roll.
It replaces the dice roll. It
Yeah, and
doesn't
then you get your modifier on top
thingy
of
the
that. So yeah.
mod, so it'd be 21.
So very carefully, you slip your hand, and kind of using almost all of your ability to kind of predict the future, you predict the exact moment when Artis will be the most distracted, and when you have the best opportunity. And you pull out a very simple, very tiny gold ring. There are no embellishments, nothing to make it look special of any kind. It does feel...
Oh, that's cool. Can I see?
There is a very thin layer of frost that is very slowly coating the outside of it as it gets in contact with the night air. It's
Cool.
tiny, Mark.
I'm gonna use a spell slot.
Okay. Oh, you're going to cast Identify on it?
Yeah, instantly.
It
The minute I get it.
Mark wants to see the ring.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
Nope.
Mark wants to see the ring.
You get no information about this ring at all. It's not like you're detecting it and you're identifying it. Yes, definition. You cast it and you get any information about it. It's like the ring isn't in your hand. This thing doesn't exist according to our Identify spell.
But I know that this is definitely what he put on his finger.
Oh yeah, you know that. Yeah, yeah. You can work that up really easily enough.
I'm gonna pocket it
Okay.
safely.
Mark wants to see the ring.
Mark is kind of around your side, kind of badgering you.
Mark, later. Just for now, nothing happened.
Can I see that from where I was?
Probably not. You're
Yeah,
too far
no,
away.
I'm a retard as well with my fucking rolls.
I'll let you make a perception check based on against his sleight of hand.
Yeah, no, I'm a retard with my fucking rolls.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't looking in that direction.
No, so you're too busy kind of looking around there. Okay.
By the way, how many spares did I pick up?
I'll say you picked up 4 that were unbroken and useful. If you want just the poison off the tips, you can get 6.
So 4 spares and 2 poison tips.
Yeah, well, 4 full spears with the poison, and then 2 extra ones. So this is still not going to be an hour past. Anyone else want to do anything else before I just skip ahead to when Joseph finishes?
I'm going to badger Joseph while he's doing that. And try and rip one of the sides of the cage off.
Make a strength check.
Wait, what?
He's trying to pull the cage off.
Just don't touch it.
He's like, no, he doesn't come. It's even goblin built. It's still too strong for you to just pull it apart like that one, at least on your own. So.
Can I gather up these vines?
The big thick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do. I'll say you get about.
What was the mechanic, how it was attached? Go check it out.
I understand pulleys and bingles, my dear Mark.
Yeah, you understand the pulleys and dingles. As you kind of look at this thing, you unwrap another mine. I'll say you get about 40 feet of this vine. Very thick, kind of very corded stuff. It's quite difficult to do anything with.
It seems sturdy and safe.
Yeah. So at this point, Joseph Spinning, you finish your ritual, and
Yeah.
a pulse goes out as kind of the frame that holds the cage together, at least at the edges where you kind of were working, melts and form down into a little puddle, and a little iron ingot forms down the ground.
So I got an iron ingot worth.
And then it goes, and then the front of it just kind of goes and falls in front of you, like the little wooden bit around the steel bit. And thank you for freeing us. My little green friend here has been quite the chatterbox.
You can understand them?
Green chicken?
Can't you understand Grung? He says
afraid
you're
not.
ugly.
I'm not ugly at all.
He says you're ugly. I don't.
Quite a fascinating little creature.
He kind of jumps up and down and moves about a bit.
He's calling me ugly, Joseph. He's calling me ugly. Why is he calling me ugly? Oh, I'm still wearing the mask.
Aldous
Okay.
probably would have made his way over with Mark at
Yeah.
this point. And in the light of the fire, can I take out any of like my books and try and read about any like artifacts and everything that I'd heard of?
So you already know the couple of rumors you've already heard about the ring.
And would this thing match up to what I've heard?
Some of it, yeah. You're not sure of the content you need to put it on in order for you to get the full kind of estimation of its abilities, as it were, or see more of it in action.
Right.
Can I? How far off is the couple gone? I kind of want to hop, skip, and jump towards them.
They're kind of investigating over the flames, over this area. Artist seems to be looking in this large tent over here. He kind of peeks his head in. Foods. I see. I understand now how the mechanism was supposed to work. Interesting.
Yes, yes. I agree. Perhaps you could explain it for Silverfang.
The goblins would have abandoned their village, flung it into the jungles, and escaped. The food here would have attracted all the dinosaurs ordinarily, and they would have just met up with the rest of their buildings later. They weren't supposed to be on it when it got flung. So good on you.
Yeah, I'm a keen aim with this gun.
I don't remember you shooting at it.
I'm gonna go see what marks up.
Fair enough. We'll continue to explore this food larder, see if we can find anything to eat. Seems just safe enough place to camp
I
tonight.
like jerky.
After I've researched a bit, I am going to try and have a conversation with Arthas again.
Just so we're clear, I have 100 gold ingot of steel or
Iron.
or whatever.
I wouldn't say that. I would say you have an amount of it. It's
I
not
was
worth
trying to
100
convert
gold.
as much as possible.
If you did that, you would collapse the cage on top of them. Iron isn't worth very much.
As
you-
possible, not like.
Yeah, the front of it. So probably about 10 to 15 gold's worth of iron. In
Oh,
fact, you have a very, like you're a smith, so you understand how much the ingot was worth, but working out how much, like the conversion of, you're trying to just, I want to convert this much, this physical space, you're not sure how much that was going to be in like an ingot form. When it came out, you're like, oh, this is about 15 gold worth. Shit. Kind of thing.
That
Open the
100
cage.
gold iron ingot you've got there, Nick, with the mark.
No.
I don't have it. It's Joseph's.
Well, anyways, thank you for saving us. Anything I can do for you? You wouldn't happen to be adventurous, would you?
We've been called such.
Would you be willing to help an albino dwarf get his home back?
Nicholas?
Yes.
It seems we have another kind gentleman asking for assistance.
Oh no, I heard him. Yes.
That's very good. Good. Great. I come from Harkanmar. It's in the jungles. We're not. Well, where are we? Where are we, anyways? I got knocked out at one point and dragged across.
Oh, we're just outside of Camp Fenton's, was it?
Oh, we're
We
near
came from
Camp
Camp
Vin-
Righteous, like yesterday.
how is the camp?
Oh, it's ruined.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. If we're near there, then Harkamar is far to the south. Passed through Camp Vengeance, so we'll be going through there anyways. If it would be wonderful if you could return my home to me. Thank you. The last thing I knew was fire newts attack the area. We'll need to clear them out first. But I'm looking for a relic, specifically called Moradin's Gauntlet. And I can lead you. I can guide you. I'm a guide for this area, and I won't charge you a thing if you help me.
Class. Free guide. How about the little fella?
Oh,
And Mark will ask the little fella telepathically, where are you from?
does your telepathy work the same way as the warlock's telepathy?
You don't need to share a language with the creature for it to understand your telepathic
Okay.
message, but the creature must be able to understand at least one language or be telepathic itself.
Okay, so it kind of quizzically looks at you. But it can't speak back, can it?
Nope.
Oh, my friend says he'll go home on his own. His home's not far from here, so he'll be fine. Sort of.
Do you need anything before you go?
I assume you're asking this telepathically.
Yeah, this is telepathic again.
Right. Looks around. And his tummy grumbles. You're up. I could use some of that myself as well. Sounds good. A bit of food. As you kind of moving over to Artis and Alduus, you approach Artis at this point and kind of searching through, chucking out meat stuffs from the tent.
It's like dodging the meat stuff if Silverfang throws anything.
Yeah.
A moment of your time. I don't wish to get on your nerves, but just a moment alone, all I ask.
She leaves. You're in the little tent together, alone. What do you want?
The whole lifestyle of a thief doesn't really suit me, and I'm just gonna take out the thing and pop it down in front of him.
On like a little table, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Curiosity gets the better of me, but it does not make me a bad person.
No. Did you put it on?
No, I know a little bit of. I have an assumption of what it is from a bit of my research, and I'll show him the research that I had about it. I have heard multiple facts, rumors, and everything, but no, I thought it best to not. I tried to identify it, but I couldn't, and I thought maybe it was a bit beyond what I knew, and I knew that you had not told me no lies, so.
He grabs the ring and puts it back in his pocket. It is good you did not put it on, but I fear this is where we must part ways then.
I understand. Just how did you come about that?
I will tell you some of this story. 200 years ago I found it in the jungles of Jolt.
200. He's
He
a
nods.
human, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but he's blue.
He's a little blue, yeah.
You
Cheer him up!
you've aged impeccably.
A gift of the ring. One of ones that I saw in your notes, actually. Although some of your other ones are a bit outlandish and a bit stupid.
It'd be great if you could actually tell me which are real.
He looks over your notes for a second. Interesting. Curious. I can't believe they thought this was real. Let me double check real quick what I told you. I think it's in Wizards and Wyverns, isn't it? No, it's in Laerthal.
I need to be right back, like a minute to close my windows because I am freezing.
Sure.
I wish I was freezing.
Well, you should have stole the ring.
Where is that damn thing?
I don't know. Do a Discord search and just type in one of the facts and see if.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I don't know about the primordial. It could be true. Could be a lie. a bit about your blood freezing. That is true.
I'm beginning to see that.
The ring can control the weather. The Summer Queen, I don't know. It could be it's the ruiner. I don't know how it was created. I've never tried to freeze fire. And you can tell the ring does grant immortality.
I presumed as much.
And that last one, the whispers, every time you put the ring on, it attempts to subvert its will on you.
Is the will evil?
Incredibly so. It attempts to get you to destroy, cause wanton destruction, as much as it can kill. When I put on the ring to freeze that giant T-Rex, it wanted me to turn this area into a blizzard, and I could have done so. And it would have killed all of you. This is why the ring is dangerous.
And why do you continue to carry it if it could... You don't seem like a bad person.
Because I am looking for something. And because anyone else were to find it, who knows what damage they can cause. The ring has many powers, some of which I do not know. The ring refuses to acquiesce all of its abilities to me. I've had the ring for 200 years, roughly. And I only know the smallest fraction of its abilities.
Thank you. And I'm gonna reach my hand out for like a handshake to him.
He's put the ring in his pocket at this point. The eyes, your hand, bad enough. And again, a very cold hand reaches for yours. You'll forgive me if I leave out the back.
I understand. Good luck with it, finding whatever it is you're actually looking for.
And you, this teacher, I hope you find them. And at this point, he pulls out a dagger and just he pulls out a dagger with a blue gem set into the pommel, and then taps the gem twice, and just poof, disappears.
I'll stand up, and as if he's still in the room, I'll just say, thanks again. Just nod my head, and I'll walk out, and I'll just look at Silverfang and just go, you can keep searching now. He's gone.
Nice blue-skinned. Was gonna be a treat for me tonight. Oh well. She goes back in and starts piling up.
I'll walk back down to the...
She's gonna bunk him.
Oh, she's gonna try. I just need to be up here to say.
She's kind of piling up meats into a bag, and you see like sacks as they bring them out. What are the rest of you guys doing then?
Elders, have you seen any food around?
I think I'll probably just shit.
They were working on it in the tent.
So at this
Some will
point,
be ready soon.
yeah, Silverfang brings over 2 sacks of what look like just various meats and things. A lot of it dinosaur and things. I left the sentient stuff over there. Didn't think you'd want it. Just
Sentient stuff?
human arms, legs, orcs and goblins, grung, that kind of stuff. Goblins will eat anything. She's right. Goblins
I like
will.
this circle. I think we should pile it up all in this nice little area here. Sort through it. Have a meal tonight, everyone. Anyone?
Sounds good. Aye. Sounds like a good plan. Come on, Grung. Have a meal and then you'll go back to your family tomorrow. And you all kind of crowd around this little area and have a little like fire and start cooking some of the meats and some of the dried stuff you can just eat right away. But you have a like really friendly meal and kind of as the night gets deeper and deeper and more darkness, you cuddle closer as the nights get colder. At some point in the night, right, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm quite tired. I was hoping to get a good night's sleep, you know? Do you mind if I skip a watch tonight?
She'll be alright without you.
I
Where are
appreciate
you
it. Just having a sleep. I'm going to be your guide, that's all. This is the dwarf, by the way, the albino.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was Silver being a bitch again.
No, Silver is more...
You know it's Silver when she like barks like a dog before speaking.
Yeah.
She's got to move that fucking fang out the way of it.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Yeah,
it a bit difficult to talk.
Yeah, I mean, you look like shit, so...
That's,
away.
that's fair. Thank you. I'll get some rest
Did I
then.
set up a tent for you?
No, it's okay. I like sleeping under the stars.
What about the bug?
Just throw one of those incense things on the fire. We'll be fine for tonight.
Good point.
So who's taking first watch?
I will.
Okay. Anyone want to take a watch with
I
him?
insist.
Watch with who?
Okay.
Not Mark, Joseph. I want Joseph. You, Joseph.
All right.
Joseph and Nicholas are taking the first watch.
I will create and destroy some water
I
Okay.
feel it.
tonight.
Cool. So,
I haven't.
okay, so the two of you.
Mark will put up a little tent over here.
Well,
Guess
I'll
you-
make some ammo, you know.
Okay, so you're making ammo as you kind of staring out. Can I get? Do you guys want to have a? You can talk to each other as well.
Yeah.
We're more of those kind of friends who just can sit next to each other and have fun. Unless you have something to say, Joseph?
Oh, I finished those earplugs you asked for a few days ago.
You what now?
A few days ago in the tavern, you asked. You wanted me to get you make you some earplugs.
Oh, yes. For the tavern. I mean, I don't really want to sleep through any noise in the jungle.
All right then.
It could be quite useful, though.
We need perception checks.
You will. Yes. Thank you.
I want to also start tinkering on my blow dart wrist.
Oh, you're making a blow dart wrist. I thought you were making a minigun.
Oh shit, yeah, I was. Yeah, I'm gonna work on the minigun. My perception check is a 13.
Okay.
Mine is a 10.
Okay. As you kind of wind down, the night gets deeper and deeper. The smells of the jungle are still ever present. The smell of wet, damp. And you're quite near the river as well, so you're getting a lot of those smells as well. There's also the smell of blood in the air from all the violence that's kind of been perpetrated here tonight.
Oh yeah, the bodies. We should
Yeah.
probably throw them in the river.
As you're kind of watching a number of hadrosaurs come out from the jungle line. Hadrosaurs are the big kind of backed, like they're almost shell-backed with a large bulbous tail swinging back and forth.
They'll deal with it. That's fine.
They sniff down at various things and then go after some of the bushes and trees. and kind of munch down on them. And you watch them for a while. They seem very peaceful creatures in general. And then they make their way back into the jungles, eventually. And your shifts pass without incident, as it were. Make me a tinkering check for trying to do the... So this is just the plans at the moment.
That was a 21.
Yeah, so you kind of hit on a point of inspiration, and you kind of realize, oh, if you do this and this way and like this, it might actually work a little bit better. And you kind of think, and you work out. It's like, yeah, you think you've got a very good basis for the plans. You need a couple of more nights of refinement to kind of get everything set, but you've got a good starting point. Cool. Who's taking next watch? Who are you? Basically, who are you waking up? Basically, because it's your choices.
Oh, I'm gonna kick out with the first.
Don't you think you should be a bit more after he's kicked gentle?
Aldous?
One kick wasn't enough. Do it again.
I think he's not there. Aldous doesn't seem to be waking up.
I'm gonna cast off my armor.
Okay, so you're casting off your armor and going to sleep. Are you waking anyone up to take watch?
I'm sure Nicholas has a better eye for who's gotten enough rest to watch.
It's pretty much any.
Shake Mark away.
Alright.
Yeah, it's morning. We're heading out.
I don't feel rested yet.
It's the middle of the night. It's your turn to watch. Aldous won't wake up.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Mark, can you give me a perception check? Okay. So as you're kind of watching, your vision is a lot better, and you're watching various creatures and things in the darkness, and just outside the tree line, kind of moving out. They're kind of keeping their... They don't seem to be coming closer to the camp, either because the goblins used to scare them off and they know what the goblins' territory is, or because the light is kind of keeping them away. But after a while, you see a small group of 3-horned creatures begin to move and wander their way through the camp.
Trinicorns.
Yeah, trinicorns. For those who are a little more refined, triceratops. 3 of them. A family unit, actually. So there's a very large one, a slightly smaller one. It does sound like what Mark would say. Trinicorns! And a much smaller one, probably like a calf, you reckon. They're brown skinned, a number of feathers protruding from underneath their large, frilled neck guards, as it were. 3 large horns protruding, one from each just above the eye, and one central one. And they kind of slowly mosey their way through, eating grass and bushes as they kind of do so. And you watch them for a time. Mosey. The mosey.
Where are they on the map? Oh, I don't see them.
I can put one on if you want, but unless he's going to attack them, they're kind of making their way from here
Niels, check your direct messages.
to over here.
I'm not gonna attack Trinicorns. The sacred beings.
So you watch them as they make their way across. They stop for a while. They kind of just eat the very low bushes and trees and grass and things.
I'll document my sighting of Triceratops.
Okay. Write down that you've seen Triceratops. Your shift ends. The Triceratops are still there, happily munching it away at various bushes and things. Who are you waking up?
I'm going to walk over to Aldous first.
Okay, so you give him a swift kick.
How comatose does he look?
Aldous,
Eric.
pretty comatose. Is the answer to that question.
I'll walk up Silverfang. Wakey.
Mm.
Try and be quiet.
Watch.
Watch out for the watch, but there's some trinicorns over there. And Mark points towards them.
Always wondered what those are called. Trinicorns.
Yeah, I've got 3 horns.
Yeah, makes sense.
We'll be alright.
Yeah, it was fine. She plants her axe into the ground and sits down on a tree stump and watches the trinicorns along with everything else.
Mark jumps back into his tent.
Okay. Dawn comes as you all kind of wake slowly from your slumbers.
Hello, Don.
God damn it, Monto.
How many spines does Dawn have?
Dawn has 1 spine. Joseph Spinman has 0 now.
What?
He's lost his spine. No, I'm
we're
kidding.
in
That's
like
going
a
to be-
hat.
That didn't happen.
I'll wear him like
He
a
has
hat.
going to be a bit more quiet because it's a bit inappropriate to scream that loud.
Is there like a jungle version of a cockerel?
The insects change. So you get cicadas and things. So, kind of. But as you wake up to the next day, you feel much more refreshed. Make me perception checks, everyone.
18. I see it. Whatever the fuck it is.
That's where you live.
So, 18, 12. Where's Joseph's one?
What?
I said I need a perception check.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where's Aldous is this one?
I need that one as well, but yeah. So, for now, Aldous is still like deep in slumber, we'll say. But Joseph and Nicholas, you look around for everyone. There's one person missing. Your green grung friend.
Frog.
It is the frog. And as you kind of say that, the rains start.
Oh man, I can feel the rain down in Sean.
In fact, it's beginning to quite chuck it down.
I'm gonna go ahead and put on
the
my
dwarf.
armor.
The dwarf wakes up and goes, "Oh crap! It looks like we're in for a tropical storm. We won't be able to take the canoes or use the river of any kind."
We should go over the river anyways to get our boat. Make sure it's like not gonna get swept away.
It's gone.
It's probably not. Gone.
No, it's gone. Trust me. I am a guide. I've been doing this for a long time.
But you haven't seen our boat.
Is your boat made of steel?
Yes.
Oh, well, in that case, yes, we can go see your boat. Your wizard friend, we should probably take him out of the rain, though, I think. I didn't get any of your names, by the way.
Did he already leave?
Joseph Spinman, a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Joseph Spinman, a pleasure to meet you.
You're not Joseph Spinman, he's Joseph Spinman. My name is Musharib.
I shake his hand. Mushroom, a pleasure to meet you.
Musharib.
That's what I said.
No, it wasn't.
Nicholas would have said it right.
Okay, fair enough. Right, fair enough. Let's get going then. Right. We'll need to. This tropical storm is going to be havoc on our bones and everything else. Are you sure you want to travel in it? How far away is your boat?
Well, we're sure, yeah. Been a day.
We traveled through the jungle for an hour or two, I think.
Fair enough. We'll need to be cautious then and quick. We should go fast. Right. Right.
We were even taking our time trying to avoid the traps, so we should be able to get there a lot sooner than it took to get here.
Good morning, everyone. My ribs hurt.
You were fucking eating.
You dig
I was cooking. I was downstairs. I could hear, but I couldn't press.
They had
Oh, don't.
They
I get my spell slots back.
You do.
Yes.
I think they had some trouble waking you for some reason. My friend.
no.
I was having a great dream about rings and freezy pops.
I don't want to take that.
Interestingly enough, you did
I
have
wanna take
dreams
this
about
spell.
rings. You did have dreams about rings. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Wait,
you
wait,
wake up.
before he does that, he can do his totem roll.
It happened at night.
Wait, before you...
No, it happened at night.
No.
Abbott has a point.
19.
You're fine. Where is that one?
I'll take that spell.
Your sleep was very odd. You had dreams about owning the ring, having the ring, keeping the ring, wanting the ring, but you somehow seem to have dismissed them. As you wake up, you feel refreshed, but
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
right. Are we going, laddies, or are we sticking around here then? Yeah.
We best
Should
get
get
moving as soon as possible. The rain will only get worse.
Yes, well, it will start with the rain, then it will become the wind, then it will become God knows what.
Probably a T-Rex.
It'll morph into a T-Rex.
Odds are good inside the jungles of Chalt. Let's go.
In the morning light, is there anything else I can just have a quick scootly-bootly about with my eyes?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation, that is... I can't remember what my modifier is. 11 total.
You look around, kind of like in the cold light of day. You don't see anything you didn't see yesterday. Anything valuable, anyways. Anything that was probably contained within the camp got flung into the jungle somewhere.
As we're walking, that reminds me. We haven't seen your friend.
Oh, his friends, I think they may have come for him in the night. Don't worry too much. We should get going.
If you say so.
Yeah. I'm sure the laddie will be fine. Let's go.
Are they friendly people? Because
Never touched
he was
with
a bit
us, yeah?
he was a bit rude to me.
No, the Grung are xenophobic. At best, they keep to themselves. They have a camp nearby. Grungalungalung. They also have poison darts that can kill a man from 100 yards. But you know, laugh. Fine.
What can they hear from 100 yards?
The
You
goblins
can't
are
hear
friendly.
them.
Like, I'm just seeing if they would hear us laugh about Grungalungalung.
Don't know. Do you see any grung? I don't, but then, to be fair, they are very quiet things most of the
Well,
time.
you're the guide, so
Yeah.
if you don't see anything...
Oh yeah, I should take this spell today. Yeah,
I'm
that's
guessing that's Grungalung. Okay, man.
sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Do you need any help picking out from your spell catalog?
No, I'm fine. It's just, sorry, out of character. It's like it's raining really hard, so I don't need create or destroy water today.
Right. So you make your way into the jungles, back the direction you kind of came, trying to make your way back to it. Can you... Actually, no, it's Guy gets it because he gets advantage. So the guy easily leads you based on your kind of directions to where you think the boat was, because you left kind of straight nearly from Camp Righteous. You only travel on the river for a little bit.
Yeah, like a few days.
Yeah. He kind of actually one of you can you make me a survival check.
One of us.
Just one?
Whoever's going to be trying to guide the guy back to where your boat is.
Who's got the highest modifier, guys?
I got a 1.
I got a
Got
1.
two.
I don't think it would be me.
I've got
Anyway.
2. Monzo?
Wait.
Can I cast guidance on myself first?
Okay, so he's got portent. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's portent.
I needed to roll it, that's all.
Yeah.
Have the same 2 rolls.
No, I had a 17 and a 9 yesterday.
Can I cast guidance on myself since it only takes 6 seconds?
Yeah, you can cast guidance if you want to do that.
I want to cast guidance on myself and roll.
Okay.
If that's fine with everyone else. Alright, just let me make sure what guidance does.
It's D4 to all skill checks.
I have a pretty good survival mod.
It's a wisdom-based skill, so you should do.
Yeah, I was shooting so.
Submit.
So 16. So yeah, with that survival check, you easily make it back to your boat, and much to the dwarf's surprise, well, laddie, your boat's still there. I'm quite surprised, actually. And it's actually made of steel. How much did this cost you, anyways? It looks like it's... Why you have such weird stylings, though? I don't understand that.
It cost us quite a few daggers. Could you help me get it out of the water before it gets swept away?
Of course, laddie. And between the two
I've
of
got
you,
this.
pull it
I've
out
got
of the water.
this.
Oh god.
I've got this.
Okay, so Mark's gonna attempt. Yeah, so Mark, you managed to.
On our map, could you just show us where Musharab is, please?
Musharab's my name.
I thought he told us he was from somewhere.
He did, but it wasn't Musharab. If
Oh,
you're,
it's written underneath, sorry, Harkema. I have
Harkema.
both of them written down.
you can actually see it on your
I
map
should-
already,
Yeah, but I want him to kind of point it to me.
down there.
Do we get any like extra information because of that, or? sort of-
He knows the way there. So how would he get there? Hold on.
He knows the way.
He does know the way. We should avoid the Aldani Basin if we can. Hug the mountains. I can get us there. Don't worry about that. I can't feel. I'm not a cartographer, really, but if one of you guys are, then you can fill it in easily enough. Right, laddies? Is that okay?
Funnily enough, I'm really good with maps.
Good for you. Good for you, laddie. Shall we get going then?
Of course, and we can use the canoe to protect ourselves from the rain.
That was what I intended, lad. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Right. Right. So you all four end up underneath this canoe, kind of trudging your way through the rain. Where are you trying, like, the guy, your guy
Is what's her
Musharab.
name still with us? Does she
Yeah,
still
Sylv-
need to go to Camp Vengeance?
Silverfang's still with you. Yeah, she still needs to go to Camp Vangelis.
I guess we should drop her off there at least.
Go Avengers.
We're really close to it.
Yeah, no, we should go there. Because we should get some nice supplies before we go out.
Yeah, but then we lose our meat shield.
Yeah, but she's right there.
Whoops.
Laddies, what are you doing? I don't.
The rain. It's our deer over the rain.
Ladies, what are you doing?
Well,
We agreed to take our friend Silverfang to Camp Vengeance. Since it's so close, maybe we should make a detour there first.
Then take her to Camp Vengeance. We have to go that way anyways. Harkenmar is quite far.
Why are we going to Harkenmar?
To
To
retrieve
save
my
his people.
to save my people.
Oh,
Tis our
I
ancestors.
thought when he wanted us to take someone, he was talking about the fucking frog.
No,
Okay.
my grand friend was.
I may have agreed to a more dangerous quest than I thought. I thought he just wanted help with the frog, getting the frog home.
No, getting the frog home was to Grungalung. Grungarungalung. No, Harkamar, he told you he told you we must sneak in. I would like you to they've taken over Harkenmar. The Fire Newts have. I would like to see them driven out or destroyed. If that can't be accomplished, we need to recover a gauntlet, a relic known as Moradin's Gauntlet. The Fire Newts must not be allowed to keep it. That's what he told you.
What's a fire newt? Have I heard of him before?
Make a nature check.
You know what a newt is, right?
Can I have advantage
There's
since
one that's
I'm
on
also
fire.
a lizard man?
Would you say that
I
you know
want to
it?
investigate.
Would I what?
Can I have an inside
wouldn't
roll
say so.
into Monto's Lizardman's?
I don't have proficiency in nature, so I'm gonna say no, probably.
No.
Whatever
If you have
you
proficiency,
say.
maybe. If you have proficiency, maybe, but no, you don't. It's like trying to say, oh, I know everything about
I have
Asian
no idea what a
cultures.
fire newt is.
Well,
No,
they
you
could
have
have
no
been
idea.
on like Lizard Tinder, you know.
I've read about them.
lizard.
Fire
I'm
newts
gonna
are
say
nothing you've
Tinder.
ever heard of. No, fire newts are nothing either of you have ever heard of. They're Mushrab's kind of like, because he sees you're kind of confused as to what he says. They're like laddies. They're like
I've heard of them. I just don't remember them.
they're
That's
like
I'm not sure if I will.
they're like large lizards.
Oh, yeah.
They're made. They
I
look
got
like
a
they're made
nature
of.
12.
You might have heard of these creatures in a very more of a tertiary way of kind of thinking it. They're native to Chult, and they're pretty much only found here. They're usually found in hot climates and things of that nature. You've never actually seen one, so you have no idea what they look like, but you've heard of that kind of information. It's like when you hear about things like I don't know. You hear about certain insects, and it's like, well, these insects feature in this area. It's a similar kind of thing. Fire newts feature in hotter climes and things of that nature. And Mushrab will go, they're like lizards. They're red-skinned, awful things. They like the volcano, you know?
How
You know,
large are
laddies?
these fire newts?
Not much bigger than you or I, but there's a lot of them.
Are they bigger than me?
Are they humanoid in nature, or they like a Komodo dragon?
It's more like a Komodo. What's a Komodo dragon?
You know, like
We could just travel to the
the
volcano
giant-
and ask the fighter druids if they know anything about them.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck you.
You saying Komodo dragons don't exist in D&D, Evan?
I'm saying he doesn't know what a Komodo dragon is.
No. It's just like a really, really big lizard.
Like you. Well, actually,
No,
that's
like-
pretty good, actually. Like you, but red-skinned.
Uncivilized, like walks on all fours. Is what I'm-
No. Walks on two legs, wields weapons.
So that means
Laddie.
they might be reasoned with.
Potentially, but you know, laddie, they don't really they kicked us out of our home, Manchester home, long ago. So I doubt they're going to be reasonable.
Why did they do that? So like
Hate
Times do
dwarves.
change.
good salamander food there, or
They like it because it's near an active volcano.
so all we have to do is turn off the volcano.
There
you
might
want
be a
to
way
do
we
that?
could compromise with them.
You can try. All I want is them out of my home.
Compromise with their cold dead bodies.
Monto.
Are we going?
We're walking as we're talking.
Are we
about it.
going? Yeah, you're going. But where are you going? Are you go? Are we going to?
Camp
Are,
Vengeance.
okay, so you're going to Camp
Vote and
Vengeance.
invention.
I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, because
to
of the wind.
because of the wind and the rain and everything else.
We have a boat.
You have a boat.
Constitution, eh?
Yep.
Eric, any chance you foresee anything good from me?
So,
Wait, hold on, Eric. Any chance you foresee anything good for me?
Nah, it's looking pretty bad.
You cocksucker!
what did you get?
Eric!
I rolled a 4.
You did roll
Alright.
4.
Would a 6 help you?
It would be 2 more. Can I have the 6?
Yes.
Thank you, that makes it an 11.
Okay. You're lucky because that actually helped you. So,
Plus
you all
five
get.
saving throws, holy shit.
You all get.
Plus 5 con and int.
Okay, so you all get 1 point of exhaustion automatically.
Yeah.
Oh, you smelly DM.
This
Joseph
every single
Spinman,
place-
you get
but-
2.
Yeah. Wait, I get 2 on top of the one?
No, you just get 2. 2.
I don't know where to keep track of that.
I just made it as a resource.
Yeah. So, where's my Dungeon Master screen?
How do
Oh,
you
there
it
get
is.
a caution, by the way? Is there a way to cure it?
You sleep.
Rest and
Regular restoration.
red restoration will
Is it-
get rid of it.
Does it count as a disease?
No, because lesser restoration can't get rid of it. Exhaustion.
What's the max stacks of exhaustion you can get?
5.
5.
You die.
Technically 12.
6. If you get 6, you're dead.
So I have 1 out of 6 stacks of boy I'm tired.
Yes. So all of you have disadvantage on all ability checks. Joseph Spinman, your speed is halved. In addition to that. So remember that.
Alright.
Is
So
he
you-
still like halved if he's spinning?
No. Because he's not moving anywhere. He can spin. He does less revolutions.
I
But
Don't worry,
as-
mate. It's still the dream.
As the rains continue, as the oppressive downpour continues, it's not overly hot though. You're lucky in that way, but it is still warm. It's a warm, awful rain. Underneath the boat, you hear
We should
as
have
the
taken
rain
some of that dinosaur with us.
bounces off you. Kind of like as you're kind of going along, every so often one of you will munch on some jerky and things. Silverfang kind of goes. She's kind of used to this kind of like toiling, awful work in horrible conditions. She's a soldier. She's used to it. And eventually, you guys make your way to the outskirts, and you see something.
I
You
shoot
s-
it.
Okay. Make an
No.
attack roll.
No.
Instant regret.
Upon seeing something, which I don't know what it is, I want to cast Mage Armor.
It's not. Wait till I tell you what you see. Before
Now,
you
I mean, I
start
want to
raging.
do that. I was gonna do that anyway, and then use my Arcane Recovery to get the
This
spell.
is a catchphrase.
Oh, you don't. You can't use Arcane Recovery unless you you stop.
What's
Oh.
happening? Cause
So I can't sit on top of the boat that we're carrying while everyone carries me.
You could,
You'll
but you
be
didn't
buffeted
rain.
by the rain.
Yeah, you'd be in heavy rain. Like this is tropical storm levels of rain.
Alright. Should have took that ring. That changes the weather.
It does. That's one of its powers.
I don't think it would be for the better.
I'm glad you understand that now.
Oh no, I never wanted it. I just wanted to learn.
Okay, that's fine.
Now I've learned it's real.
Why haven't you ever pickpocketed me?
Okay,
I didn't think you had anything worth
So-
pickpocketing.
You are a fucking scoundrel.
okay.
Fine,
So,
I'll pickpocket him.
Thank you.
are you actually?
Yeah, I'll slip my hand in his pocket as we're, carrying the boat. Why not?
Make a sleight of hand check.
That's an
Do I
8.
do I see this?
Probably.
I
He's not
rolled
doing.
a- wait, are you looking in that 8?
Yeah.
13. Oh, what's this?
I just thought you'd appreciate that I had interest in what you may carry.
Well, go ahead.
I'm gonna root in. I'm gonna give him a reach around. What's he packing?
Got some ammo.
Alright.
You find
What?
two large balls reaching into my pocket.
I'm gonna grab and pull him out the pocket.
Yeah, you can have 2 ammo.
Flop out.
Alright, you can continue, Brad.
Okay.
This is done.
So through the foliage, you see a crude timber fortification, a walled compound, watchtowers, and tents inside of it, encircled by a ditch, bristling with sharpened stakes. A large gatehouse faces the river, on the shore of which are 4 rowboats tied to a wooden post. Scattered around the forts are piles of charred human corpses and flayed animal carcasses swarming with flies.
I'm gonna hope those were undead, and I want to see if it looks like any of the boats are like half a boat because of the storm.
They seem to be tethered. They're not going anywhere. They seem to be like rocking about in terms of the water and things. As the rain.
So they're
kind of-
nice and sturdy, and they're not getting ripped apart by the heavy waves
No.
of the tropical storm or the wind.
No, but they're like they're very much tethered and mostly on the shore at the moment. You see the pit itself is actually it's quite full of water. As you get closer to the camp itself, you guys are kind of coming around through the trees down the bottom right hand, and you see every so often like a hand or an arm or a leg kind of poking its way through the mud and muck. The place smells awful. There are clouds of insects kind of like hovering around, even in the rain, down the very bottom of that moat. But the rain is keeping the insects kind of down there and away from you guys.
Hold on, what's this? This big ass map. Let's zoom a bit out.
Very, very big ass map. As you guys are approaching, Oi! You there! What are you doing at Camp Righteous?
Talking to you, Joseph.
Silverfang? Casting the
I'm here to sign up. I was told to come to Camp Vengeance. Hi. You look like one of our gauntlets. Come round to the front. We'll let you in.
I wanna insight this.
Okay.
Does this dude look legit? There's a 19.
Yeah, he looks like a legit guy. You look at him though,
He looks like a
as you're
legit
kind of like looking over him, he looks tired, exhausted, like he's been up on that post for quite a while. There's like a guard post you can't quite see, but it's like sitting right there, and he's basically by himself. And you kind of look at this and go, he probably shouldn't be up there by himself. Guard post should be manned by 2 or more people. And he looks exhausted, beaten, and actually you kind of notice he's shivering in the cold as well. Even under he's got like an awning over him to kind of keep out the rain, but it's still not doing well. So, what are you guys doing? Silverfang is making her way.
I approach Camp of Vengeance.
Okay, so
We're gonna go ahead in and out of the rain, hopefully.
If anything is
I don't want to
blocking the path,
travel
I'm shoving it
anymore.
into the
This
water.
rain, I'm tired. Wearing this heavy armor. That is a big camera.
The camera's huge.
Not
Is
too
the
far
camera
for a walk.
huge?
right,
1, 2, 3, 4.
you down there, you look like one of ours. The rest of you.
I'm not though.
No, I'm not one of yours.
He's pointing to Silverfang. Commander Breakbone will want to have a word with all of you, though. Come in. And they open the
Are
gates.
they on like a overlooking thing?
Yeah, so they can overlook and see down into
How high
you.
is that thing?
About, I think it says actually. 20 feet high.
I'm gonna jump
No,
up.
12 foot high, and then a 20-foot ditch is in front of it.
I'm gonna jump up. And shake that hand.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, hold on. Disadvantage.
The rain.
disadvantage.
The rain. Yes, he's right, actually, because of exhaustion.
Exhaustion.
Oh, wait,
Right.
Sleight of hand should have been lower.
That's true.
It's okay, it wasn't. I rolled higher on that roll.
Right. Night, look, Kobold. You're with our friend, but don't be going through around. Go back down. Go through the main gate. Get off.
Aww. Silverfang.
What?
Catch.
She holds her arms out.
Thank you.
Smash.
Okay, so as you enter the camp,
Turn into a giant.
No.
Mod
I just want to
smosh.
get out of the rain.
so as you enter the camp,
Should we leave our boat outside? We don't have anything to say.
We should probably tie it up.
okay. So you two of you take the time to tie up the boat along with the other ones. Yours definitely looks in better shape than the rest of theirs.
Of course it does. It's bigger too. Bigger is better.
Not always, but.
Well, yeah, sometimes. But
As
like
you're
the
looking-
technique was better in your one as well.
As you're looking around the camp, there are a number of soldiers and guards stationed about. They seem to be all exhausted, tired, beaten. There's also a number of other people who don't look like the same kind of guards as they don't have the same kind of markings or emblems. A lot of the guards around here have this marking of a closed fist. But a number of them also look like native Chilteans, and they're kind of shoring up. All of them, though, look very disease-ridden, very unhealthy, and quite beaten.
Not disease ridden, that's your ball game.
Are these slug-ass things on the south?
Those are goats.
Okay, they're not the right goats.
There are a number of goats.
Oh, they're looking at me.
Yep. You reckon, looking around, there are 24 guards that you can see. Oh, sorry. And there's a group of Chultean hunters, and about 15 of those. And then a man. A human male comes out of this large tent that's in front of you. Very refined clothing, very well dressed, kind of very nice armor. Think from 14, the Elzen. That kind of level of very beautiful, very well crafted armor, very ornamental kind of style. A huge emblazoned
And
symbol.
Ellison?
No, kind of like that kind of armor is very
Too-
like ornate.
Too tall.
Yeah, he's very
Tall.
tall and statuesque, but he's human. Dark hair, piercing blue eyes, with a symbol of Tyr on his breastplate. Now, who are these new people? And a woman to his left.
I'm
And a-
Joseph Spinman.
Right. My name is Commander Breakbone.
Is that
I-
Brickbone or Breakbone?
Breakbone. My name is Commander.
I'm asking that out of character because I feel like every time I try and confirm someone's name, they get angry at me.
My name is Commander Breakbone. I
Is that
definitely-
your family name, or is that like a title given for actions of your past?
It is our family name, if you must know.
Good
There we
to
go.
know.
That's the voice. That's the voice I need. It's a family name, if you must know.
I was just scared he was going to break my legs.
Why would I do that? I'm not a savage.
I was out of character, but good to know.
Yeah, my name is Commander Bakebone. These are my lieutenants, Ord Firebeard and Pern Salahana. You may address them as Captain Firebeard and Captain Solana. They take most of my orders and deliver to my men. We are here to purge the undead of this land and establish a base for the Lord's Alliance. As you can see, we have been very successful, and he waves his hand around as this is the most waterlogged, horrible place you have ever been in your life. It is clearly not designed for Cholt's unique weather systems or anything. There are large puddles of there are literal cesspools in front of you.
Could I make I want to kind of concept around and see if there's some sort of irrigation system I could put into place.
Make me a tinkering check actually.
That is a 15.
Looking around,
Looks like shit.
if you had enough time and enough kind of materials, you reckon you could fashion something that would get a lot of the water out of this place and kind of dump it out into the river. It would take you a couple of weeks though in order to get it right. It's not a quick job.
How long will it take to work out the plan?
Probably an evening, maybe two.
I want to work on that this evening then.
Right, I have a job for adventurers such. How did you come by here?
Boat.
By boat.
I'd like the. We're kind of already on 2 or 3 jobs.
You say this in character.
Yes.
I don't care about those 3 jobs. I care about what you can do for me.
Oh my.
I am. What's the word for it? Drafting, I think is the right word. I am drafting you into the Lord's Alliance, temporarily. I need you to ferry some of my more disease-ridden men back to Port Nanzaru for treatment.
Do you have people with diseases?
They've caught a bout of shivering sickness, among other things.
Where'd they at?
The medical tent over there. Are you a healer of some kind?
I can do a few things.
That would save me several. That would save them several weeks. Very well. If you can restore their energies, then you don't have to take them. I would still like you to perform some tasks for me, but I suppose this will do.
Can you pay us?
I don't need to pay you. You should do this as good members and upstanding citizens.
But we're not.
Then I should
we're
clap you in
adventurers.
irons.
There's the reason we go out adventuring, we don't sit still in civilization.
Yes, but you're still citizens of the whatever countries you came from. Are you a kobold from one of the tribes here?
No. My tribe doesn't exist anymore though, so I don't serve any kings.
It's probably for the best that your tribe doesn't exist anymore.
Hey!
Filthy creatures.
That's a bit harsh. I'll have you know he's very clean.
Everyone's clean in the
Soap
rain.
with me. I've probably got more soap with me than you have.
Oh man,
It's going down. It's a soap off.
Commander Firebeard.
No, not the soap flail once again.
Commander Firebeard. Clap that creatures in irons. But sir,
Is he approaching me?
we shouldn't be clapping adventurers in irons. I don't care. He was rude.
Close to the island.
You touch my friend and
To be fair, you did insult his entire race.
Yeah, they're kobolds. Their entire race has seek to destroy all the other sentient races for hundreds of years. It's not exactly
Well,
like I'm
that's
insulting
not-
much.
Quite true. The kobold race was created to serve the dragonborn, and even then, a good variety of them has split away and made quite interesting and thriving settlements that trade with many other peoples.
But not in Schultz. The ones in Schultz are rather brutal and savage. How do I know he's
And
not actually one of those?
Because
You're
we've
not
all
like
come
one of
from the
those.
same boat.
How do I know you're not working for them? Make me a persuasion check.
I don't
I-
really want to persuade him. He should fucking make us. an
I
apology
really
check.
also don't want to persuade him.
You are, but you're bringing a persuasive argument. Therefore, you have to do a persuasion check at this point.
He needs to make an apology check, is what I'm saying, before I whip this gun.
All
out.
I'm saying is I'm not good at persuasion checks.
No, you're fucking not.
as
Jesus.
good as my argument actually is.
Yeah.
It's
It's
because
at
I'm
this
a lizard,
point-
man. I mean,
Yeah.
wait, I'm gonna wait for him.
It's at this point Silverfang walks up. Commander, they saved my life a couple of times on the way here. Let him pass this once. Cobalt not still, you know. You did bring me one of my new recruits. Silverfang, was it? Very good. I'll let him pass this once. Go, heal my men, and we won't speak of this any further. I won't speak ill of your race, you don't speak ill of mine. I catch you in our food stores, though. It'll be the irons or worse for you. We know how to deal with traitors.
How rusty and like flimsy do their irons look if I can see them from here?
You couldn't see where he was coming from, but in terms of their gear, the three that are in front of you, the two lieutenants and the commander.
Yeah, I don't care about
their
the
gear.
lieutenants and the commander. They're,
Yeah.
they're the ones who are gonna be like look like they have a step up from. I'm talking about their general supplies.
Oh yeah. So a lot of it is this place looks like it's well maintained to the standard it can be, but it's not. It's clearly not built for the kind of environment it's in.
How many guards are there, like, around?
Total complement is around 40.
Are those
40
goats?
people.
40 people armed.
Are those
Oh, that's
actual goats or are those like dinosaur goats?
Those are goats.
Like dinosaur goats.
How heavy are goats?
That's what I'm saying, look at them.
Like about 80, 90 pounds.
Look, out of character, will we fucking find these dickheads, yes, no?
I don't. I want to say no. I'm very. They're dickheads, but it's like
There's
I
one.
like one.
There's to be fair. There's one dickhead.
I could at least help a bit.
Yeah,
Good.
but the dick's usually attached to a much more powerful construct.
Yeah, the
Good.
church.
all I want is somewhere to sleep at. I'm tired.
Joseph. Let's see. Sorry. Mark, you head over into the infirmary. Firebeard goes with you. He walks with you. He
Still
gets.
have the fucking- Does he still have the irons on him?
No, he doesn't have the irons on him. They're like clapped to his. Well, they're on him, but they're clapped to his belt. And now that you're kind of seeing them, they look like they could hold you.
I'm just gonna look at them, look at the irons, and then fling the irons over the wall. Telepathically.
Right.
Telekinetically,
Now-
sorry.
now-
Kina.
Laddie, you didn't need to do that. I wasn't about to be clapping you in irons.
I just needed to be sure.
Not like we don't have more anyways. You need to be more discreet. Do you see what I mean?
I just walked through a storm. I'm not in the mood to be discreet.
You might want to be with 60 armed guards looking over your
I
shoulders.
wasn't rude, and you threatened.
I didn't threaten
Now
you, did
walk me
I?
to the tent, please.
Laddie, I can see why your entire race is nearly being wiped out. Come on. He leads you over to the infirmary. Firebeard. Firebeard. It's the one to the north. Actually, north. That large tent to the north.
What, this run fucker?
Yes, the field hospital. Inside, you see sick and dying soldiers. There are currently 10 soldiers lying kind of in various bits and pieces. They're various kind of things. A lot of them look like you see one of them you recognize as suffering from a disease similar to the one you had. He's shivering constantly in his bed and just kind of shaking. 4 other of them seem to be clutching their throat, trying to like get at something that's underneath the skin. And 4 others have been pinned down to the bed. They are basically strapped down to prevent themselves from hurting themselves or others. And they seem to be having night terrors. They're asleep, but they seem to be thrashing in the night. So there's 4, and 2, so 10 total people. 10 total people with various diseases. 1 other person's in turret as well.
Are you not with the church? Do you not have any other healers?
We do have a healer, but she's very busy. Sister Sias, she's over there. How can I help
I'm
you?
rolling to see how cute she is on the D10.
Okay.
Hey,
Very cute.
You the cute
Hello.
lady, apparently.
Hello,
Always
Commander.
needs to change the clothing, please.
Hello, Captain Firebeard. Oh, a kobold.
Hello,
Is
sister.
he a prisoner?
Another one?
What else would you be?
Everywhere, Mark.
What else would you be?
I'm an adventurer and they asked me for my help because apparently you cannot handle yourself alone.
No, I do not have the powers that some others do. I have minor healing magics of my own. Are you saying you have greater ones? I would appreciate your help, whatever you can offer.
Not really a healer, but I could do some things, I guess. Can you tell me what's going on with these people?
Though that
I
one...
recognize what that guy has because I had that a few days ago as well.
The shivering sickness, yes, that will pass on its own eventually, although I don't know if he'll survive the ordeal. He's not as hardy as you adventurer types. Those 3 have throat leeches. They drank some contaminated water. As for the final 4 there, they encountered a purple cloud of some kind and did terrible things to their minds.
One of my friends. Yeah, we encountered that cloud too.
You're very lucky to be alive.
It was fun.
And that is the mad monkey fever. It is a magical origin. Some of the magics came loose from the various wars fought over the years. But anyways,
The thing is, I think I can. I know I can cure the shivering and the monkey fever, but it takes a lot of me. I can't do all of them at once. And that will take a few days at least.
well, if I know
Tires me
Commander
out.
Breakbone, he's pretty much got you either doing this and fixing all of them or taking them back to Pure Nanzaru. Otherwise, he intends to string you up, strip all your armor and weapons, and leave you to die to the dinosaurs and whatever else is out there.
What, is he for real?
Him? Yes.
What about you?
I'm more agreeable. But you should help us. It is the right thing to do. I don't think we should be torturing and imprisoning people for simply refusing to help. But I can see his point. His view is that as anyone is not helping us is against us, and they deserve their weapons, armor, and everything else stripped, so that we may use it to combat the rest of the undead and everything else that's out there.
Have you treated people with these illnesses before?
The most
Do you treat throat leeches?
The most I can do is provide a warm bed and a place to
What,
sleep and
solace?
rest. Indeed,
It's just sad.
it is all the powers my God has afforded me for now.
Maybe you should pray harder.
Maybe you shouldn't insult the other's faith.
No, I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. That was rude of me. Yes, I am sorry. Wait, Okay, I can help. Which one is in the worst condition, you'd say?
The shivering sickness will probably pass in a few days. The mad monkey fever, its damage can be irreversible. I would start with them.
Maybe my friend Joseph can help restore some health to the people with throat leeches. Maybe that would help, but I've never seen where you can't even see the wounds. I don't know how to treat wounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
Not bother.
Okay, so you move.
You know
You're
what I
gonna.
can do? I will see to 2 of the monkey fever people's death. Actually, 3 of the monkey fever.
Okay, so you spend the
I
time.
The
Yeah,
monkey
yeah.
boys.
You spend the time kind of. Your healing magic is is a little different than what she's used to seeing. So I'm kind of flavoring it like you kind of pull the disease out of them, and it becomes a physical form as it moves out of them, and then you shatter it as it comes out, like almost like a crystal, as it comes out of them. And she watches you do this. It's
Basically
like
condensing the purple smoke back outside.
yeah. So that is unlike any healing magic I've ever seen.
I never said I could do magic. This isn't magic.
It looks like magic. Well, looks like something like magic.
Tastes like magic.
What are you guys doing outside? Commander Breakbone's gone back into his tent, leaving you with what's her name?
Oh, now that we're inside,
Turn.
I'm using my doff
Sahana.
armor off I'm casting off my armor, because god dang, it's heavy. And I am tired. I'm packing it in my bag.
Oh shit, yeah.
Silverfang.
I rerolled my tinkering check. It's a 13.
13. Is this to make the plans?
Yeah, I forgot that this is Amish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you still reckon you can do the plans, but it'll be tonight, kind of thing. Because that was the original, like, can I do this? More than yeah. So yeah, you still reckon you can make the plans tonight. You just need to actually sit down and do it. Silverfang comes up to you, Nicholas, and says, "Well, thank you for getting me this far."
It's no
She
worries.
holds out a hand.
Amanda's a dick.
Commanders are always dicks.
I shake her hand.
She grabs your hand. You sure you wouldn't like a fuck?
Yeah, I don't see any tieflings around.
Never had a tiefling.
Me neither. I have
alright.
to learn from other tieflings first.
Dean, come on.
Fair
don't
enough.
play snoo.
I'm not doing ERP with Brad. What else?
It wouldn't be that. You would just go into a tent, fade to black, and that would be it.
And also, Nicholas is not the kind.
I think he is.
Fair enough.
Marcus.
Come back when you've had your first one.
got
Still like a go.
I held up 2 ammo shots.
I better go get situated in and everything. Oh, I owe you money.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She has no money, does she?
No, hold on. I'm just trying to think.
She's broke. Who escorted a
With her
fucking
for
pump?
like 2 fucking real months. Better have something for us.
Yeah, the fuck was the reward? You turned it down.
Mate, I'm gonna throw up.
It says what it says.
What we do?
Just think
She,
about like Arnold Schwarzenegger
she pulls-
snarls.
She pulls from a pouch a small sack. Here. And puts it in your hand. 200 gold, as agreed.
That is definitely what we agreed on. I secret it away.
I'm gonna walk into the healer's tent or whatever, wherever Mark went, because I
She
just want to get
walks-
out of the rain.
So
Good
you walk.
luck with killing undead and not dying yourself.
Same to you. I hope you find your whatever it is you're looking for.
Magical artifacts.
Tons out here.
I only found this jug. I take the jug out.
It's early days yet.
What are my drug options again?
You have lots of different options. What do you want?
Water, honey,
Water,
random
honey,
stuff,
acid,
random
poison.
stuff,
Water,
random
honey,
stuff.
acid, poison, mead,
mayonnaise,
mayonnaise, beer, oil.
beer.
Yeah, beer.
Well, we could make the mistake and
eggs.
try to pour acid down someone's throat to kill the throat leeches.
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so you head into the
No,
Joseph,
I don't.
but Joseph heads into there though. Joseph did.
I'm going to make some acid.
Okay.
And
You make 8 ounces of acid.
no, hold on. I want to do something, but I feel like it's a mistake, so I'm not gonna do it.
Do you feel like it's a mistake, or would Nicholas do it?
Nicholas feels like it would be a mistake.
Okay, so you don't do it. Joseph, as you head in there, you see Mark kind of crystallizing the last of the mad monkey ones and shattering the disease out of somebody. The last one he was going to do. So you were doing 3 of the mad monkey people.
Yeah, I can do 3. in this day.
You see the same...
I am not strong enough to do more than 3 per day.
Okay, so you see the same sight that Joseph saw. There are people in this tent that are suffering quite badly. Joseph's the 3 that are still... There's one more still, like basically restrained to the bed. Like, it's like a cot, basically. And he seems to be, like, thrashing in sleep. The other 3, the last one that Joseph said, as the crystalline breaks, the thrashing ceases, and the patient begins to breathe normally. There's a mixture of human and elf and half-elf people here. No armor of any kind on any of them, both male and female. Mostly in, like, their small clothes, drenched with sweat.
Oh, that's a good point. Do I recognize any of them?
They just look like normal, ordinary soldiers, various creeds and colors.
Alright. How's it going in How's it going in here, Mark? Let's sit down on the floor.
Fellow cleric, are you here to help as well?
Hmm?
You have divine energy about you. Are you here to help as well?
I don't know how much I can help right now. I'm so tired.
I can sense that. Do you have anything?
patients were there?
3. The 3 throat
What's
leech
wrong
patients.
with these people?
Your friend has cured these 3 of mad monkey fever. There's one left there, the poor Lieutenant Daniels. It's quite a bad case of it. Didn't even recognize his...
Joseph, it's what you had.
Right.
The poor man didn't even recognize his wife. The 3 over there have throat leeches, and the man down there has shivering sickness.
Throat leeches?
They drank some contaminated water from the river. Fools didn't realize that they should boil it first.
Well, what can you do about throat leeches?
There's...
Are throat leeches literal leeches?
They are a disease.
Yeah, but as far as
Basically
disease,
tiny
like,
eggs.
what is it?
Yeah, they are basically, yeah. They're pretty much like you say. Do you want me to give you the description?
Yeah.
Sure, I can do that. Okay, dehydration. Throat leeches. Minuscule parasites known as throat leeches infect the water in Choles's forests, swamps, and rivers. If you swallow tainted water, you have a throat inflammation, shortness of breath. You gain 1 level of exhaustion, basically permanently, until the disease is cured. And every day, the exhaustion increases by 1.
So it's like leeches in their throat.
Yes. It's a terrible disease. It's often fatal, especially for those of weaker constitutions.
Hmm.
In fact, the
So-
one in the middle there is likely to die within the next 2 days.
So mechanically, if I purified the water in their throats, would it purify the leeches away?
That's the next level stuff.
Make me a religion check. Because this is kind of like more like, in your case, religion applies to your how you utilize your magics, and I want to see what you roll. Okay, so
That's a disadvantage, right?
it is a disadvantage, but she rolled
Well
a
done.
15. Well done. Thinking about how, like, when she gives you the description of how throat leeches work, how it's like a parasitic organism that exists inside the throat. If it was just the water actually causing the problem, then yes, this would probably, you could prevent throat leeches using this. Purified food and water would do that. But once they've already been infected, you need something a little more powerful. You reckon a lesser restoration spell would do it, for instance.
What environment do throat leeches need to survive in?
I don't know.
Warm.
Moist and warm, I suspect. They don't.
That's right.
They don't thrive much out beyond that. If you
I'm
want
just
to,
wondering if we can fill their throats with something that the leeches themselves can't survive in. Would that help?
possibly. I don't know much about the disease.
I'm gonna go outside and find Nicholas. I'll be right back.
Okay. So you exit out into the rain-filled courtyard. You begin to hear horns blazing in the distance. Softly
Yeah,
at first.
Yeah,
Then
the
very
horns
loud.
the horns can F off and I'm finding Nicholas.
Do I recognize these horns?
These sound different.
These are not goblin horns, thank God.
This
It's motherfucking goblin village going back there.
Nicholas!
Yeah.
Some people in the tent seem to have throat leeches, and I've been thinking, we have that jug, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the alcohol the jug produces would be enough to kill the leeches?
Mm. I fish out the jug and give it to him.
Okay, you hand him the alchemy jug. Brown bottles.
Is the alcohol content in whatever the thing that produces it high?
Boop. There's the alchemy jug.
Yeah. No,
Um,
vinegar might do it.
That is a
too.
weird looking jug, isn't it?
It is. That's what it looks like,
I
though.
imagine just like a Zelda pot, and then when you yell into it, it fills up.
Oh, no!
It's more like a bunch of stoppers, and you pull out the right one. You can imagine it that way if you want. I like this interpretation of it. It's really interesting. So, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go back in the tent. How do leeches handle vinegar?
I don't know. Not much study has been done on them. You can try if you wish. The healthiest one there has only had it for a few days. He's likely to shake it off on his own.
Because we also have acid, but that would probably hurt a lot.
And that would kill him if you threw it down his
You
throat.
can dissolve the acid.
You can heal as you pour the acid.
If you want to try that.
That's probably.
If you
not-
kill him, Commander Breakbone will probably live up to his name.
I can
Does
heal
wine have more
broken
alcohol content than honey?
Yes.
Not honey. Beer.
Thank you, Monzo.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah. In this case, yes. I would say yes. But in most cases, wine has more alcohol content than beer. But you're getting a lot more beer, so
Yeah, but we don't need that much beer.
because you get 4 gallons.
No man can drink 4 gallons of beer.
I think Ido would pretty much prove you wrong there.
Is there anywhere I can get some wait. Once you commit to one of the liquids, you can't produce a different one.
Yeah,
How many people's throat leeches were there?
4.
It's a toss up between vinegar and wine, I think.
Okay, what are you doing?
Is there any check I can make to determine whether or not vinegar or wine would be more deadly to throat leeches?
Make a straight intelligence check.
I can hear him thinking out loud, so I can help with this, right?
I'll let him have advantage, which takes away his disadvantage. Between you're kind of like talking it out, so you just make a straight intelligence check. You have no idea.
Jesus Christ, dude. I'm gonna walk off and find somewhere quiet.
Okay.
Alright. We're gonna try the wine. We're gonna kill them with alcohol poisoning.
Okay.
Gonna feed some wine to someone who has throat
So
leeches.
you carefully raise this poor soldier's head. It's a woman, black hair, kind of matted all over. She's quite pretty, actually. You realize as you're kind of holding her.
4.
No, she's pretty.
She's
I've decided she's a pretty.
So pretty for
Have you
4.
decided her voice yet? Because
She's asleep. I don't have to.
Pretty for a 4.
She's asleep. I don't
Oh,
have
she's
to.
asleep. That's why Brad finds her pretty.
oh my god.
What the hell does that mean?
Disgusting.
Yeah, my god, man.
So as you're kind of pouring this wine, it's wine, yeah. You didn't do anything. You did wine. So pouring this wine
Yeah.
into this woman's mouth, it kind of goes down. You kind of like have to like rub her throat to get it to go down because she was resting, and as it kind of goes down, it goes down easily enough, and you put her back down. There's no visible effect, but the cleric comes over. Well, if nothing else, the wine will ease the pain.
So we're just gonna pour out the rest of the wine, not on the ground, but in some container. You know.
Okay, sure. As you're
give
doing this,
everyone wine.
you hear from outside the
I'm not
camp.
waiting. Fine.
You hear from outside the hospital tent, and the rest of you who are outside hear giants,
I'm just typing less.
And that's
than
where we
gallon
end.
of wine.
and that's where we end for tonight.
No, we can end with some giant. Are you
We're
serious?
ending on the cliffhanger to giants
Why?
because that's where I want to end.
Why?
Because that's where I want to end.
Did you roll for the giant?
Yeah.
Are they pretty?
No.
There's an 8, a 4, a 9.
Fucking hell, one
another-
was gorgeous.
A 10,
Oh my god.
and a 4, and that's how many giants we're fighting.